around
Going around.
on like American Western stuff. Like, I mean,
No, they do that because I see Japanese in general. They probably
it looks
idolize
good
the
though.
Americans.
It looks pretty realistic, like something we would draw.
All right,
I
so
don't
we're live now. What's going
Oh,
on,
we're
people?
live.
Yeah, we're live. Supposed to stream yesterday, didn't happen. You know, things happen, whatever. But yeah, we're here today to talk about One Piece chapter 821. And while it wasn't the best chapter of the year or anything, it had it left us with some questions, right? I guess we found out about Apoo at the end, but what did you guys think about the chapter overall?
I didn't really like it, to be honest. I know One World is a fucking Jack hater, but even if
That
you
was
hate
great.
Jack, even if you hate Jack or you like Jack, I don't know. I feel like hyping up a character for 10 chapters just to fucking do away with him in 4 pages.
Yeah, first
Kinda
introduction
like-
said he would climb up the trunk.
Like, it's just, I know Jack's not dead, but like, oh man.
I saw Prince of Production saying that he held on to the trunk.
yeah, I
He's
saw
gonna
that.
travel with them.
I saw someone said in the
I was gonna
comments.
climb up though.
So that voice, right? I was Zunisha.
Yeah.
When it was talking to Momonosuke, said, if that is indeed you. So it like I guess it recognized Momonosuke. It was trying to compare Momonosuke to something it heard before. You think it was comparing Momonosuke to Odin or something?
I hope that is an April Fool's joke, though.
He's probably like a servant of the Kozuki clan or something from the past.
Yeah, there was probably like, I don't know, it probably has something to do with like the person who banished him, Zunisha. It has to be like of the same bloodline to give it commands, or I don't know, something along those lines, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're saying,
I was-
do you think Momo is a D?
Yeah.
Mm,
I don't.
I feel like there's like a 90% chance.
I know Astra doesn't want that, but
He's got the voice of all things, so I can give him that. But the D part, I don't want to give it because why would stonemasons be D's? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you got the D's one on the left side and the stonemakers on the other side. They were making the stones, and the D's knew the language, and they taught them the language to put them on the stones.
That is a good point.
No, yeah, I agree with you. Like, you don't have to be a D to be great.
no Mason can't have sex.
Well, I think the D clan
what
would
he was
just be like
saying-
a huge group, like a symbol that you were a part of, like the Ancient Kingdom. So the Ancient Kingdom could be made of like many different sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm sure was just saying that, like, okay, like the D's like kind of like hired the stonemasons to make the poneglyphs for them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they don't necessarily have to be of the same
Yeah.
civilization, but I don't know.
I mean, they don't have to, but I don't see
Well,
why.
it could be like just a family of the.
Well, it's kind
D's,
of like having a translator.
Wait, they're saying there's too
we have
many.
the Monkey D family, then we have like the Kozuki, maybe Kozuki D family. I don't know.
They're saying there's too many D's. I'm like, are there really too many D's?
No, there's only like 10.
People say about everything though. They're like, oh, like if there's more than like a
But,
few
like,
of
how many
anything,
Ds
they're
do
like,
we
it's too much.
I was
Out of all
watching.
the characters in One Piece, how many D's are
It's like 10, and like most of them are just through like
Yeah.
flashback.
It's
And
not
the
that-
Okay, we got all the monkey D's, and then we got Law, Roger.
Well, why don't we just count the D's that are alive? Because there's too many of them. Maybe 15 D's in total, and some of the majority are dead.
No, I think there's gonna be a lot more, like maybe towards the.
It's gonna be a lot
thing is,
more. but-
like I've heard people say that Conqueror's Hockey, like too many people have it, and then I saw this was blasphemous, and I saw someone, I don't remember what stream it was, but someone said too many people are getting the voice of all things now, and I was like, what? We only ever seen 3
the voice of
people.
all things.
Yeah.
I don't know what people expect. Like,
No, because like okay, Conqueror's Hockey, it's genetic though. If it wasn't genetic, then it wouldn't be a big deal.
Well, I don't think
They
they said
are-
it's genetic. I think it's more like kind of like a random thing, isn't it? Or-
No, it's genetic because think about it. All the Monkey D's have it. All of the Gold D family has it.
Yeah, true.
So it's a genetic thing. So even if there's a 1 out of a million chance of having it, if you have like 10 children, you're gonna have 11 people with Conqueror's Hockey.
I don't know about that. I don't know if every kid gets it.
I don't think it's genetic.
I don't think every kid gets it.
I think they have the potential to unlock it. Maybe.
Yeah, they have the potential.
Yeah, that's the potential, but then it's like,
How would
Yeah,
you
that depends on
feel
if they
if
want to do it in the
how
first
would you
place.
feel if Blackbeard had like all forms of hockey plus he has that to boot, the voice of all things?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
like
I don't think.
voice.
The thing about the voice in Conqueror's Hockey is that we're in the New World right now, so like all of the shit characters have gotten weeded out. So like all the characters we're seeing right now are the fucking top tier of strength. So we're seeing people have Conqueror's Hockey and all that shit.
Yeah, and even though he's little, Momonosuke is special because who his father was, so
Yeah.
he's like a little different.
That's obvious. That's obvious. It's just a trait passed down by his fucking sperm.
Yeah, it's not like Bellamy has that ability and other characters.
You're saying I think Blackbeard can hear the voice of all things. I don't know why.
No, well, yeah, I don't think he could hear the voice of all things because Whitebeard said he's not the D Roger was talking about. So I think like
Yeah.
he's not that special in that way.
I don't think he meant like you're not the D. You're not the D could be like you're not the type of D like an adventurous D. You're just you're an evil D. Not the adventurous type.
Fuck, what was I
Because Roger was an adventurous guy. He wouldn't pick a fight with anyone.
Wait, Roger?
Yeah.
You mean he wouldn't or you would?
No, he wouldn't pick a fight with anyone. Like if you mess with him, he'll mess with you. But
The thing is, Roger, like he's kind of he was reckless, so
well, he was
If he
reckless.
talk
Yes, but
anything-
he wouldn't pick a fight.
he's kind of just like Ace, where if he said anything, he's gonna fight with you. Like I don't know. He's not going around beating people up, but if you say anything about his crew or him,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like
going after
he
you.
doesn't do anything to you unless you do something to make him do something to you. But Blackbeard doesn't care. He'll just mess you up because he can. He feels like it.
The way I see it is, I think Blackbeard might have the voice of all things, just because of the fact
He
that
could.
like,
He could.
He could easily, but like,
I feel
I
like
know.
he knows how to get to Rafto.
Astra has like specific things, like specific people that he doesn't want to like get certain things. Like he doesn't like Momo. So it's like Momo shouldn't have that ability, right, Astra?
Yeah, I think he shouldn't because if you look at it was only 2 people that heard Zunisha's voice, and Zunisha said, "If you're out there, whoever you are, give me a command." And Luffy can hear that shit, but Oda said, "Luffy, just tell Momo to just take control of the elephant. That's it."
Okay.
Why couldn't he do that?
Really quick though, I'm seeing it everywhere. Jack is now weak again.
Wait,
Yeah,
Jack
man,
is what?
there was a lot of hatred for
Yeah,
Jack.
Jack is not weak.
You might as well address this now. Okay, I'm just gonna pose this question. Name one character that's not a Yonko that could have withstood that attack. I can't think of one.
Well, no one. Unless Doflamingo.
Well, I don't think he's dead. If anything, it just knocked him back. He still had that crazy look in his eye, like he's gonna come back.
well, he fell into the water, didn't he? But he could easily just grab one.
Nah, he's not.
But-
Trust me, he's not.
I'm
He's
saying
not.
like how is
Like
Jack
it's,
now?
You said about him being on the trunk. I can see him stabbing the trunk, and the Zunisha, the fact that it is so small, the sword is so small, Zunisha might not feel the sting, and he might
You're
be
saying
there.
I'm sorry, Kanye. What are you saying?
Like
No, I'm saying, who was?
Nah, okay, well everyone's saying dragon, but like, okay,
You don't even know.
I was trying to say besides admirals and Yonkos, but like, and
But-
dragon kind of counts.
Even with Dragon, you don't even know that.
Yeah,
Well,
that is true.
Dragon might survive. Dragon, he's
How
a
do you know
Logia.
yeah,
No,
if
but-
he's wind.
No, but
Either
the
way,
thing
no,
is, it's like, okay, no, do you guys see what happened? Like, the water, like, rushed in on, like, on the boat and everything, so, like, the ship would have got crushed and they would have got knocked in the water anyways, so it doesn't matter if you're Logia or
I'm
not.
not really too sure what that was. It could have been wind or could have been water. Like, I'm not too sure unless it gets
No,
animated.
I'm pretty sure it was water. I'm, like,
He
not
said
even...
any Logia would have survived that.
No, because the seawater would have just drowned any Logia.
Yeah. So it's like the whole ship got destroyed. So it's like, listen, Marco could have survived and dodged that trunk, if we're being completely honest.
Marco, Dragon.
I don't think you guys
Doflamingo.
realize how fucking big that elephant is.
People
We-
could say that Marco could have survived, but the thing is that, like, what I think that whether he hung on to Zunisha or not, he just got flung back for a bit. Maybe his crew died, but he's gonna come back.
No,
Like,
his crew is not dead. He's not dead. Like,
if that situation with the Admirals didn't kill him, then Zunisha hitting him with the trunk didn't kill him.
The
But
two
what's
people that
what-
are for sure alive is Ginrami and Jack.
yeah.
But we're not sure because
Wait, who's your mummy?
if Kaido is amassing
The
a
girl
group
boy.
of-
The girl.
The boy, girl,
Because-
girl, boy.
well, if Kaido's amassing a group of Devil Fruit users, can we assume that all of them are Devil Fruit users on that ship, or just most of them haven't gotten that
Wait,
fake fruit, haven't
Wait,
eaten
has
it?
it been
So
established that you can't swim if you have a smile fruit?
I don't know. Not technically,
think
I don't
so.
think, but we
I don't
saw
think so,
Momo
right?
wasn't able to swim, but we don't
Yeah,
know if
that's
it's
the
just
thing. Yeah, he
because.
wasn't able to swim.
Well,
He
we don't know
got
if it's
the.
because he just can't swim or it's because of the smile.
Hold up,
Nah,
did we
Okay, so they're saying Mihawk is cutting the trunk in half and Doflamingo is cutting the trunk in half.
Nah, Doflamingo is not taking that hit. I promise you. With everything, there's nothing Doflamingo can do to that elephant. If
So we
Now,
think
I
Doflamingo.
can see I could see Doflamingo's strings cutting the legs,
no,
the
listen.
trunk, but not the body.
If Gear 4th can fucking break his strings, there's no way that elephant trunk cannot break his strings.
Like, we think.
Bro, do you guys realize how big that thing is?
Do you think Luffy is doing that to Jack?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like Luffy, King Konga, and knocking Jack out one shot.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
You said
I don't know.
yes.
no?
No, I can see Luffy and Zunisha doing it again for a second time.
If Jack gets back up, like
Like Jack is not dead. Like
he's not dead, but like I don't want him to go back to the.
yeah, like, I don't know how
Okay,
because
yes.
he got destroyed by Zunisha, he's not weak again. Which is like, come on, like what is up
Okay.
with this Jack hate? I don't get it.
Well, you're
Jack,
well, okay.
I don't get why there's Jack fanboys.
Jack had that look in his eye
But look in his eye.
before he got sent away or after he got hit, like he's gonna come back. Reason Jack character isn't that cool to some people. Like they don't like it, so they downplay a lot of his feats and stuff.
I've already counted Brago and Fruit. They don't like the chapter because they're
I don't.
Well, I never said I didn't like
knocked
the
out.
I don't get why. Like, if he's able to be taken out, I don't want to say easily because it wasn't easy. But why does he have a 1 billion bounty?
Yeah.
Wait, he didn't get taken out.
Because he's not over. Jack is gonna come back and he's gonna go crazy.
But the thing is, we basically
That's why.
what they call in Zunisha a reject ancient weapon had to take Jack out, right?
But like yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Who says it's a reject ancient weapon?
That's what I said on the stream.
well, okay. We obviously don't know if it's an ancient weapon, but
We don't
like
know.
it
We
could
don't know.
easily be classified as an ancient weapon. Like, how the fuck can you?
Yeah,
I've
it
never
can easily
seen.
be
Okay,
classified.
I haven't seen a single Sea King that's nearly as strong as Zunisha, or like powerful. I'm trying to say.
But like a Sea King isn't an ancient weapon. It's the person that summons them,
Yeah,
like Shirahoshi.
yeah, but I'm saying like they're considered an ancient weapon because they have control over the Sea Kings.
Yeah, so you probably mean Momonosuke might be an ancient weapon.
Oh my.
Well,
Yeah, but
no,
I'm saying, like, Jack
that's kind
Jack
of that's
can get
kind of
taken out easily.
weird.
Like, what, 3 admirals, basically all of Zoe. I mean, I don't understand why we're sleeping on Jack like that.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
sleeping on Jack. I wonder why a lot of people are sleeping on the chapter. The chapter was good.
yeah,
It was
I
good,
like
but
the
it wasn't
chapter.
great though.
Well, the thing about the chapter was like it covered like there wasn't a lot of things going on in the chapter. Like the art was good, but like the only thing I found interesting was the last page.
I mean, I think some of Jack's stuff he was saying was kind of crazy.
Have
Well,
you guys have you guys
he-
talked about the last page? Yeah.
Well,
No, we
Fruit
haven't.
just mentioned it, but I think that the last page itself will be what it will probably be that a
That's the
flashback what
most
happened to
memorable
Kid and
moment of the
Kaido.
chapter, honestly.
Yeah, I like that chapter. Like what I like about that chapter is that maybe by itself it wasn't that good, but when you put it together with the previous chapters, what I like is that you know how like the Minks wasn't pathetic. Like they stood up against Jack. Even the kids could fight, and now it's like even Zonisha could fight. Like, yo, let me fight. I wanna attack Jack.
That's the thing.
Like, that's
Like,
amazing right there. Yeah.
that's the thing. Like if Momonosuke and Luffy were on Zoe, Zunisha could have just wrecked Jack right there.
What do you mean?
Before he got there, they saw Jack coming. Like you see, Momonosuke was basically using the Rinnegan in this chapter. He could have just used that.
Yeah.
See Jack. End him right there.
But
That
the
that
thing
that
is, I
ability.
didn't even know what he was doing though. Like,
That ability, guys. Do you think that is observation, or do you think
Yeah, I
that's
think it's
something
observation.
else?
Yeah,
I don't think
it
it's
has to be
observation. Okay,
I
no,
think
it's
it's observation.
what? No,
It's like because some
it's
people
definitely
are
like
saying it's,
specific. Because
some
no,
people say it's
listen.
like it's the voice of all things, and some people are saying like it's observation haki. But observation haki is seeing like things around you. But
Right.
he
No,
literally
it can't
went
be.
inside the elephant
No, listen,
and
it
saw from
can't-
the elephant's
Well,
perspective.
there are people there saying that the voice of all things equals two things. It's observation plus Conquer King's Haki.
Right. I was saying that as well. But the thing is, when I saw that, I thought about Mihawk and how Mihawk was basically able to sense like where everybody was, right? And he was able to sense exactly where Luffy was. And I'm like, what if Mihawk can see from another perspective? That's why his observation haki is so good.
Yeah, probably because they call him
Where he can,
Hawkeye.
like,
They gotta
use
be
someone
Marine.
else, basically overpower them with Conqueror's haki, then use their eyes to see.
But it
Oh.
wasn't Momo that like activated it. The elephant gave him vision.
Right,
Yeah,
but the thing is,
yeah.
I feel like you have to have a certain ability to be able to do that. I don't
But
feel like
Luffy had it too. But the
No,
elephant chose Momo.
well, Luffy
Because remember the elephant said like something like if you're actually there or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I
Like,
said. Loud.
he needed a specific person for him to do it. Like,
yeah,
it's
because
not.
Luffy couldn't communicate.
Well, he needed one who knows who has the voice of all things. Well, it's like I said, Oda chose to make Momonosuke be the guy writing Zunisha, not Luffy. It could have been Luffy if he wanted to. He just didn't choose Luffy.
No, because
I don't know.
no.
Luffy
Because
could
Luffy
communicate.
was calling out to the elephant, but the elephant couldn't hear him. Where as soon as Momo called out, the elephant was like, "Let's do this."
Right, Luffy couldn't communicate to the elephant.
Yeah, like the elephant was like, I need your
But he
permission,
could hear the
like,
voice.
specifically.
Right, he could just hear it, but Momo could hear and respond.
Can we assume that Zunisha's punishment is over now? Her 1,000-year walk?
No.
I know.
Because I read the Wikipedia, like they said it's probably done because she was meant to walk for 1,000 years until she received an order. So that was the order right there.
It
something.
said until eternity. That's what it said in the chapter, unless that's a mistranslation or something.
Well,
What
yeah,
is-
well,
We'll see.
well, you could put the eternity thing in there. Like if the person with the voice of all things doesn't show up and doesn't say anything to her, so she's gonna keep on walking for eternity. But Momonosuke was there and he gave the word, so they could probably go on Zunisha's back to Wano from there.
I think that it'll come up at the end of this year's, but I don't think.
What if it's called the sight of all things rather than the voice of all things?
That's a different one. That's like different levels to it.
Well,
Because,
the thing is,
like, Yeah.
we
Go
can
ahead,
assume
please.
we can assume that the person that like cursed the elephant or whatever you want to call it was the people from Wano, like the Kozuki clan. So it would make sense that Momo would be like one of the only people that can take the curse off and command the elephant.
They say Momo could stop Zunisha's punishment if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think, but he has to
I think
figure
the
out like how to
punishment's
do it.
over now. I think it's over.
I don't know if it's over. So what do you think happens next? Does Zunisha die? Like what? Because
Well, there are two things that bug me. One is the fact that I think Zunisha has a chunk leg missing, something on its leg, and at some panels it looks like the leg is fine. It looks just like just a burn, not a fucking cut or something like that. And second of all, people are still going on the fact that they think that the elephant is floating on water.
I don't know. It's like it's hard to say with that.
The legs are long. If you look at
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm saying. Like I
drawing by
went on
Wanda.
Google, man. There was this. I think it was a Spanish page or something. He drew these elephants with very long legs. So there's no way this elephant is floating. It's walking.
It's not.
Yeah, I believe I believe it's walking. I don't think it's floating. That'd be. But the thing is with Zunisha, like while she was walking, like its eyes looked really hollow, like it was just walking because of the command.
Yeah.
By that time when Momo commanded it, you finally saw its eyes.
Yeah.
So I think
I think that was Momo's
Yeah, I
eyes
think he
through
was
the elephant
representing
because
Momo's eyes.
the elephant looks like it's on drugs or something. And when Momo uses it, like it's sober.
the thing is when it's like walking, it's just a command, so it's just operating based on what it was told. But that like I don't know, what Inarashi said it didn't know the Zunisha could have its own will.
Yeah, that was the most.
True.
That was the most fucked up bubble in this chapter. Like, how do you not know the elephant has a conscience? It fucking washes itself every day.
But like it's like but when you say like the eye is when it's like finally got something to do other than walk. Its eyes went hollow when it was attacking Jack and after it attacked Jack.
Yeah, so I said that it was Momonosuke just
I don't think that
seeing through
his
it.
eyes are necessarily hollow. I think it's more of a thing that like it's like the shadow that's like cast upon it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like the way that it's drawn. Like when we actually see its eyes, it's just a close up on it.
Yeah, or it could be that because like who wants to walk forever? So it's just like walk, and it's not even like alive that much. It's not really that like the will to live is weak. But when it got the chance to attack Jack, the eyes opened up because.
I just can we go back to Jack? Like, I just find it so hard to believe that Oda would present a fruit and then not delve into what it can do.
The
Well,
mammoth fruit?
He's not that.
I think we're gonna find out like next chapter or the chapter after that. Like Oda wouldn't do that. It's like you gotta give the story time to progress still. Like it's no way he's like Jack is done. Like Jack is gonna if the thing with Jack eyes, like I like those eyes. He put the same kind of eyes that he had when he swung at the old guy when they said that Rizo wasn't there. So I think he's gonna come back and but it's cool though because the way that it seemed like what happened is that you see how Luffy was ready to go. Like okay, Jack is going. And Luffy was ready to go. I think Luffy's gonna leave now for sure. And Jack is gonna come back, and it's gonna be up to Zoro and Law and the rest of them who's there to deal with Jack.
I think we could probably skip to Cake Island and see Sanji arriving there.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree.
I think that's what we could get next chapter. Sanji arriving at Cake Island.
No, I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe at the end of the chapter, just like a little snippet.
Maybe we'll
Do you
see.
think Jack is a hybrid fish man?
I saw that theory, and it's like,
They say he's got jagged teeth. Like I'm thinking, shit, Fuka more bullshit. And then you got what's his name, Dillinger, that had jagged teeth.
Instantly, I thought of Magellan. Honestly, like when I saw it, I was like, man, he looks a lot like Magellan.
Magellan?
Yeah.
no,
Like, you go back and look at it. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, the Fishman thing. I don't know.
Like
That could be a plot point as to why he doesn't die here, but
Oh, I can see one member of Jack's crew become a straw hat. That girl, Ginrami, whatever her name was.
why can you see that, Ashura?
Maybe because when you see Jack was talking smack, what he was gonna do to the elephant, like he was like ... like what the fuck is this guy saying? Like
But I don't know about joining the Straw Hats though. Like,
well, the thing is I don't know who said this, but I agree with them. They were saying like Jack might be invincible, kind of like how Kaido is, and he can't die. So he's just gonna like sink in the bottom of the ocean, and someone's gonna have to go pick him up.
Like I don't think he's that invincible as Kaido, but I don't think that the water's gonna kill him because like if we think about it, when he tried to rescue Doflamingo when they sunk his ship or whatever happened and they thought he died, he was in the water then. So and he's still alive. So I think it'll take maybe because he's a animal, he can kind of live in the water a little bit and not die, or maybe his elephant is big enough to be in the water, but I don't think he's dead. I think he's gonna come like pretty soon, like in the next 2 chapters. He's gonna come back.
I don't think he'll come back and.
he might go to Wano. Might go back to Wano.
Well,
I'm pretty
Even-
sure all
even-
these like top tier pirates like have some move where it's like if they fall in water they can be okay. Like
I think it was a good point you brought up about the half fishman thing, because if you look at Dillinger's horns, they're exactly the same as Kaido's, and Doflamingo, he picks his crew based on their importance, like their fruit or their abilities. And why would he have Dillinger in his crew if it wasn't like a mini version of Kaido that he can control?
Kaido's little brother or sister.
Kaido's little brother.
That's like the first transformation.
Babysitting Kaido's son or something.
There's levels to this. I mean, I don't know.
And the other thing, I think that like all the Zoro fights, since none of Zoro fights have really been a challenge to him, like even though Jack is kind of too strong, like it'd be a good chance for Zoro to like go all out, since like he beat everybody like nothing so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the best part of the chapter.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't talked about this. But
My boy Apoo supposedly joined Kaido. Lord Kaido.
I think he was with him the whole entire time.
Wait,
Think
Scratchman Apple?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wasn't he hold on. So if wasn't he with Kid though and the other guy?
Yeah, and Hawkins, yeah.
So then is it safe to say then that somehow that they all joined joined Kaido, or maybe he betrayed Kid and Hopkins?
There's a bunch of different possibilities for this. Like,
Yeah.
like
Because at the same time he's an animal too. I think Kaido only messes with the animals.
Yeah, that's
Like-
the thing. Like he only wants Zoans on his crew. Like these guys are just paramecia.
Yeah, so I don't understand the whole Apoo thing, like how that
Then
happened.
again, you have Doflamingo who's a paramecia, so he could find uses for other than Zoans if they can do outside work.
oh, and they're like involved with the underground, aren't they? Like, Kid is. So maybe.
Yeah. Well, the thing is okay. Like the way I saw it is that Apoo must have been working with Kaido for like a long period of time. Like it doesn't seem like he was just working because why would Apoo out of all the people in his crew be reporting about Jack? You know what I mean? Like it seems like a task that like a higher up would be reporting about. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
if he was working for Kaido all this time, then he wouldn't have been part of the alliance to take
Well,
out
well,
a
they wouldn't-
Yonko.
People
Well,
were saying
that's the
that he
thing
wanted
that-
intel on Kid or something.
It's funny.
That's the thing that put me off. Like I was thinking, did he join the crew within the time skip, or did he just went on his knees and said, "Oh, join your crew," but the others said no, but they got wrecked.
reading this chapter again, like when they finally met up, Kid, Apoo, and Hawkins, like when they're talking about the Yonkos, like the person that mentioned 100 Beast Kaido was actually Apoo.
Wait, what chapter?
Whoa.
793.
Like I don't know.
795, I think.
795.
Let me link it. But it was like Kid said, well, if that was their end game, it's safe to assume that their true objective. And then Hawkins was like, really is the Yonko, and then Apoo was like 100 Beast Kaido.
Oh wow.
So I don't know. I think Apoo was probably with him the whole time.
Yeah, I think so too.
It would make
But-
a lot of sense. I never
But
really.
the thing is, why did he put a shocked face when he saw his boss come down? Like
Yeah,
he
that's
could
what
have
I'm
just
saying.
went.
I think that
He
had
could
to
have
be
just
true.
went straight
Well,
face.
go back to the chapter, and it's
There was no shocked face, was there?
yeah, his face
was from the
was kind of vague. It kind of looks like he was smiling almost, actually.
It looked to me like he was
They
shocked.
all look scared. Yeah.
If he did a straight face, to me, I would have never thought he was with Kaido. But he,
I mean-
he got shocked. Like, what's my boss doing up here? Like,
I mean, I don't know. Apoo looks pretty chill. I don't know.
What page?
What chapter is that? How
795. That's the last page.
795 last page. Okay.
Like Kaido looks like definitely like an old emperor or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Kid. Yeah, Pooh's looking chill. He's not even scared.
Apoo looks chill.
He's
Hawkins,
like smiling.
yeah.
Hawkins has this sad face, and Kid's like the most.
Hawkins like looks unbothered.
Yeah.
It is
Hawkins
just,
is just like
yeah,
sad.
I think Hawkins is gonna pull that bullshit calculator thing when he says, "Oh, I'm gonna survive this. I got a 30% chance of surviving this."
yeah. Kid looks like he's about to go in too. But
Yeah.
who do you guys think is in that cell?
I was talking
If
with
anything is in there at all, like
something is definitely in there. There was no reason to put that panel there if there's nothing in there. But I was talking to One World, and we basically there's like only like 3 conclusions that you can come to. It's either Kid, either Hawkins, or it's Doflamingo. It has to be like one of those 3.
But if you read it in order, it goes building in the distance, jail cell, and then Dendamushi, which suggests that the Dendamushi was what was in there.
But why would someone
Yeah,
be
it's like,
why would they be
I don't know.
in a jail cell?
Yeah, wait, it might not be a jail cell. It might just be a window.
That'd be just weird.
That is true, but that's
it could be a window. So yeah, I was looking at it as like that's a building or a silhouette of like someone. I don't know.
That was one of those old Japanese castles.
You think
Because
so?
that,
Why
that
would
same
you see,
building,
like, a
that
foot
same
like
building
they're
is in
laying
chapter
down?
793.
Oh, I'm looking at that page, and I see Hopkins. He's sweating like OD. Kid looks OD scared, and Scratchman, he has sweat running down the right side and the left side of his face too. It's like he's scared. Like to me, I feel like that had to happen after the situation. I don't know, like if
anybody sees Kaido, it's what-
I don't know, like if they lost and he went, or if he just went with Kaido or something like that. But he was definitely scared of Kaido when Kaido came.
I mean, possibly it could be that once Kaido came down, Apoo just switched sides, like whatever. He could have done that, and then I don't know. Maybe he attacked Kid from the back. Maybe Killer didn't get captured. One of those things. But
So I believe now the plan has changed. It's no longer Shanks they need to take down, but Kaido.
Yeah, so and that gives them even more reason to, because like I thought all 3 of them would join Luffy's and Law Alliance. Now maybe Kid getting betrayed by
Pooh.
Yep, or probably
Yeah, but it makes
join
more
Luffy
sense
and Law
now that. It
I
makes
never
more
thought
sense.
like all 3 would join the alliance though. You talking about like Kaido's alliance or Luffy's?
Luffy's alliance.
Luffy's alliance.
Kid?
It makes sense now.
Yeah,
because
like
if they're the ones in that.
If Scratchman betrayed him, then and now the enemy is Kaido too. It's like it makes even more sense to team up with Law, because like I even thought that all 3 of them would team up with Law and Luffy, because at that same time, even though Kid said that next time he see Luffy he's an enemy, so don't get the wrong idea about what happened with the Celestial Dragons that time. they worked together that one time. I could see them working together.
Honestly, I don't want
again.
that to happen. Honestly, I don't want Kid to work with Luffy. Like,
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think Kid's gonna work with Luffy, but I think it's gonna be like how it was on Sabaody, where like Luffy's gonna start fighting Kaido, and then Kid's gonna be like, "No, you back off. I got Kaido," and Luffy's like, "No, I'm fighting Kaido."
Exactly. It's just like if Kid takes a backseat to Luffy there, then it's like.
No. Like it's not like I don't think it's a backseat. I think like Kid working with Luffy and Law working with Luffy is two different things because we know their personalities. Like I can see Kid working with Kid didn't take a backseat when he teamed up with everybody else. So like it's not like he'll take a backseat. He'll just do that one thing. He's not gonna be buddy with Luffy, and that's gonna be that after that.
Well, I'm saying if
it's gonna be a free for 3 against 1.
If Kid and Luffy are there, and then Luffy ends up fighting Kaido, that's him taking a backseat to Luffy.
Nah, he's not taking a backseat. They're gonna throw a punch in there. They're gonna
let Luffy fight Kaido. Like they'll all probably fight Kaido, or maybe.
Why would he let Luffy fight Kaido? Why would Kid?
He'll probably fight Kaido till he dies, or till he's unable to.
Well, if Kaido actually wrecked Kid, there's no fucking way that Kid's not fighting Kaido again.
Exactly. Like there's no way Kid's gonna be like, "Oh, Luffy, you take care of it. I'll back off. I'll fight Jack."
Yeah. It's exactly how I feel like it's exactly how I said it's gonna go. Kid's gonna be like, "All right, I'm about to fight Kaido," and Luffy's like, "No, I gotta fight him."
Then he probably knock Luffy ass out.
Nah, then they're just both gonna fight him at the same time, even though they don't want.
The two keystones in this chapter: Jack getting knocked out because we wanted Jack versus Zoro, but he got knocked out by Zunisha. Probably means that they're safe to go without having to worry about Jack.
I mean, I think it's kind of early for a 1-1 fight with Jack. Honestly.
Well, that's what I said because you saw Jack at the end. We all thought Jack was gonna just go on the elephant and try to fight Zoro, but it's not happening.
When you think about it, it's like there's no logical way Jack should have been able to go on Zo and escape because everybody's there. So it's like Oda had to come up with a way to like get rid of Jack without.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, get rid of him and make the Minks go away because there are 4 groups. Luffy's going to Big Mom. Nekomamushi's going to see what's his name? Marco. One group is gonna stay on the Zo people, and then you have Zoro Law, which are heading for Wano. So there's 4 groups. So if everyone's going their way, no one's gonna be there to really protect Zo if Jack comes back. So they have to, he has to separate them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you think about it, it's like, like if Jack had come aboard, it's just like, there's no way.
What do you guys think about the chance that it's Doflamingo in the cage?
Nope.
I like that. I like that,
but the newspaper said that he failed.
Like, oh, you got Doflamingo? Oh, I guess he's strong again.
Well,
right?
It doesn't make any sense though, because he would have had to go to Wano, and then he would have had to come back to Zo.
What do you mean?
How far is Wano from Zo right
now?
No,
like, he means by like Doflamingo was making
in the time frame that Doflamingo was defeated, and then everything that was going on with the news and stuff like that. It's impossible for him to get from like the Fujitora and stuff to Wano to Zo again.
The thing is, we don't know the distance though.
Yeah, that is true, but also at the same time, I feel like it would make sense because how else are we gonna get a Marine on Wano if like they have no reason to go there?
I
mean, there obviously doesn't have to be a Marine on Wano, but I feel like it's good.
But why is he locked up then? Why is the locked up?
Ooh, Smoker?
Smoker?
No, I think
away from Wano being locked up.
I think
I'm talking about like we just see Smoker again, and they skip over the whole Smoker, what's his name, Vegapunk thing. Skip over that. All of a sudden, Smoker is back on Wano.
We're probably never gonna see that thing though.
No, Smoker is completely out of his league on Wano. I don't.
No, I'm saying it's like we see Smoker again, and it's like a crazy power up.
That would be cool, but
and then it's like a flashback to what happened with Vegapunk.
I'm trying to lean. It's a small hope that maybe Momonosuke's dad is still alive. He's probably in that cage, even though they said they were gonna boil him. What if that at some point he probably had he learned armament hockey, and while they were boiling him, he just used armament hockey on himself, so they couldn't kill him because he seemed like he was proud when he said, "My name is Odin. Go ahead and boil me." So I'm thinking he must have used hockey on himself to suppress the heat in the boiling water.
Why don't you just kill him after then?
They probably want him still alive. Probably want Momonosuke to come back because Momonosuke's a kid, so he wants to.
Is Kaido and the Shogun there? Like, I mean, He's not holding off Shogun and Kaido. Even if he puts arm and hockey until the fire goes out, I mean, just saying.
Yeah, I think an Admiral will come to Wano because the Shogun's there, Kaido might be there, and then they're still chasing Luffy and the Straw Hats. Like I think it'll be a good chance to see Green Bull, since it's like a Zoan situation going on.
I could see Green Bull coming in after they do the Big Mom thing.
Like I'm still on that. I think we see Green Bull before Film Gold. I think we see Green Bull really soon. It's like when are you gonna reveal Green Bull? Like at what point?
Yeah.
Time.
Maybe at Big Mom's wedding. Maybe the Marines crash the wedding. Who knows?
I think a lot of people are gonna crash that damn wedding, yo. They're gonna use this opportunity.
There's no way that wedding goes off. So you got to think of some way to where it doesn't go off.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen because I'm sure other Yonko are like, we can't let Big Mom acquire this power. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do everything in our power so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so what if on the way to Cake Island, somebody kidnaps Sanji and Capone? I mean, it's not like it's like Capone is that powerful. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so because I feel like the next arc has to be Wano. Or not Wano. I mean Whole Cake Island.
I mean, I guess, but it's like if I'm a Yonko, I'm trying to do whatever it takes so that Big Mom doesn't get me.
What?
Somebody just busted.
Wow.
Somebody just fell down the stairs.
Like walking around in you on a live stream?
No.
You good, bro?
It's kind of hard, like, because Blackbeard, we don't know for sure, but Blackbeard might be busy with Dragon still. Shanks doesn't seem to care about a lot of the stuff, and then Kaido is he's not too far from kidding them to try to interrupt Big Mom's party.
What about Green Bull being revealed at the Reverie as a revolutionary?
Well, if I think that if any Admiral was to be part of the revolutionary, it would probably be Aokiji, and that's it. Like for Green Bull,
I think that's too
it'd
obvious.
be too much.
That's kind of obvious though.
I don't know. I don't think that any of the admirals are revolutionaries because I just feel like that's every character is a revolutionary nowadays.
Green Bull is Zoro's hot uncle. You guys think about that.
Zoro's hot uncle. Has he seen Green Bull? You know,
we seen a picture of Green Bull, right?
No, we haven't seen it.
No, we saw a silhouette, man.
What was that picture? Oh, wait. So, I mean, we seen a picture of the person who Oda got the idea from Green Bull from then. Was that the picture we seen then?
No, we saw a silhouette of like...
Oh, okay.
Well, there was one picture. You saw a guy
Yeah,
with
because there was just one picture, like a Japanese guy.
He was just scribbling. He was scribbling. It wasn't even something. I think he was probably making Kaido at that time.
What picture are we talking about?
There's a picture, you look like, if you go on the One Piece Wiki, there's a picture of a guy with a mustache with the horns on his head. It's not Kaido, but you could say that he took it back. Like, he looked at this picture and he's going to make Kaido from this guy.
I don't know.
Yeah, the guy with the scar on his face. Like, check this out. I'll try and share the picture in the group. Wait. Matter of fact, I see this guy again over here. He's talking with Kizaru.
That was a fake spoiler, wasn't that?
Yeah.
That was fake. Got it.
Yeah. I believe I sent the picture to Roger. It was
because
fake.
when we look at the Throne Wars, remember that picture? And you had Blackbeard, Big Mom, Kaido, Akainu. You had Fujitora and Kizaru, and right beneath them was somebody kind of darkened. Yeah. Where you saw them, and it looked like they had a scarf or something, but you can't really tell. You can't. And that's when we saw Weevil's hair, and I don't know, we thought it was like Killer or something.
No, everyone was saying it was Shiki.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it was just like.
Oh, the guy with the Wano hat.
No, we're talking about the whatever you tell him.
We're talking about the Throne Wars, that epic picture with all of them.
Yeah.
Everyone thought of like that person was Shiki.
Yeah.
Turned out to be Weevil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it had like Dragon. It had like this random guy beneath Dragon.
Yeah.
Sabo, Mihawk, Kuma, all those guys. Even Buggy was a part of it, which is crazy.
Oh yeah. So what do you guys think about like? Yeah, I know me and Fru were talking about it, but like, what do you think about that person who is lying in the jail cell? Like, do you think it could be Kid, or you think it could be someone else?
I don't know. It's like it being Kid. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't feel it either. Like, for some reason, if it were Kid, I feel like it just would have been revealed like casually. But for him to drop it like just like a part of like his little shoe or whatever, and it's like a tiny bit of his pants.
But you do know Oda doesn't really show the really important stuff. He'll foreshadow it. He'll give you a snippet of what's to come.
Yeah, but like the same thing with Sanji. Like when Nami came up and she was like, "Oh, Sanji is ... Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna be dead or something else." But then it was something completely we didn't expect. So it could be like he wants us to think it's Kid, but then it's gonna end up being like maybe someone else. I don't know.
I mean, if it's Kid, then it's like a whole thing about what the hell happened. Because right
it's
now,
so weird.
Apoo thing, it's like, yo, when did Apoo flip? Was he always with Kaido? Like,
Yeah, Theory 2 said something interesting.
Apoo. Kid was the one who invited Apoo, and Apoo didn't want to join initially, and then he was actually like forced into Kid's alliance. And then when Kaido appeared, Apoo seemed genuinely like surprised. He was like sweating when Kaido appeared.
Yeah.
So
he wasn't sweating.
He was.
Yeah,
he got 2
look at
scut
it.
marks on him. Like he was definitely scared, just like everybody else was. And that's surprising because we never even seen him scared before. He stepped to Kizaru. Not like he could beat him though, but he stepped to Kizaru. He even stepped to Kid. It's like he wasn't scared of nobody so far. But when he seen Kaido,
he was scared
sweating.
of Kizaru. He thought he could kill him, but when he found out Kizaru was like putting himself back together, he started sweating and he ran.
No, yeah, but I mean like off of first sight. Like he was never scared of anybody off of first sight.
Yeah,
When he
first
seen
sight.
Kaido-
But then he ran, so I knew he was a coward.
I mean, but I'm
I knew he
saying
was a coward then, so I knew he must have betrayed them back there.
But if somebody just drops out the sky, bro, like, it's...
yes, I think someone said like Apoo actually called him up and was like, "Hey, come down from the sky as like aerial support."
Yeah,
I can't
I
see that
wanted to
happening,
think
like-
that he told Kaido to drop from Sky Island from that part to down there, like
There's like he was sending like
he was
sound
gonna.
waves or something. I don't know.
You think Kaido's waiting the whole time? But then why would Kaido want to kidnap Kid?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I was saying. Like I'm
Like,
just
what's
like
the point of kidnapping Kid? This kid
Well,
has,
then
like,
the way it could work is maybe like Kid what happened was maybe Kaido attacked them and Kid was like stubborn about it and he just got imprisoned. But then Apoo like made a deal with Kaido and then Apoo didn't get captured. I guess
like,
that's
what
one.
you find out, like, with Kid's fruit, you can control, like, what you call it?
Metal.
An ancient weapon or something.
Well, I have like a little theory. Like check this out. We seen that. All right. You said that Scratchman Apoo he wanted to take out Kaido, but instead they went and they took out Shanks, or they wanted to take out Shanks. I tried to. And
Well,
then
he
now we
mentioned
see-
Kaido. He's the one that mentioned Kaido. They were
Yeah, like,
saying,
he wanted
talking about
to-
the Yonko. Yeah, he
like
mentioned.
he wanted to take Kaido out. Like, he mentioned Kaido in that way. Like
I don't think he wanted to take him out, but he was just the one who mentioned him. I don't know if it was like a slight foreshadow or whatever, but he's the one that mentioned Kaido.
Well, when
they
he
were just
mentioned him-
generalizing about the Yonko. But
Like, he-
Killer
like-
mentioned that they're taking out Shanks.
yeah.
Here's
So
something I thought about. Like, do you remember when Sanji found Nami in that wedding dress? And Nami's coming to the wedding. Do you think that Nami's gonna say, "Yo, I object because I'm gonna be married. I'm Sanji's girlfriend.
Oh my no, that's not gonna
I'm
happen.
supposed to be the one to be in that dress."
No
No.
way.
and she just tore Purin's dress off and then brings her own Lola dress, that dress she was wearing.
Yeah, Lola is.
What?
Lola said she had like a bunch of brides or whatever. Or not Lola, not a bunch of brides, but a bunch of like rooms or whatever previously.
Do you
that,
think
like,
she's
rejected-
she's gonna basically lie and say that they're already married to kind of
Yeah,
stop
no,
the
she's
wedding?
gonna say like something like that I'm supposed to marry him, like he's my husband, brought my husband to be, and she's got the dress ready, everything. She chores up Purin's dress, says no, it's my fucking time.
As
Well,
like
the
a
only way I
distraction.
think it could work without
As a distraction,
Sanji
it's
getting-
possible.
It's possible because the Vinsmokes are fucking assassins. Though,
It's possible.
how rich is Sanji really? Like, Nami would want that fortune.
No, hold on. I think
I think.
the only way it could really work is we notice Sanji has at least 2 other brothers, right? And we got a question like, why aren't they here? Why didn't he have his first son? Why didn't the Vinsmokes have their first son marry into the this family? So it's possible that the other 2 sons are runaways, and
Well, yeah, I
and the
know
only way
about that,
Sanji could really get
they
away
are-
scot-free from this, because Big Mom has like Zeph on lockdown, is if like someone replaces Sanji so that she still gets what she wants, unless Luffy beats her, which most likely like 99% isn't going to happen anytime soon.
People are saying that the other 2 sons are Bellamy and Killer. I want to say that the other two sons are probably in the business, in the family, but they don't want to get married. And the fact that they found Sanji, so Sanji is probably the scapegoat.
I think they might have been the two blonde guys on the Black Market broadcast, the Shinokuni broadcast, because there's like two blonde guys that wearing like eyewear, I think.
Yeah, it could be one of those. Yeah, I didn't even think of it. I did
Yeah,
see
I
a
saw
blonde guy.
that theory.
I did see a blonde guy with a cowboy hat, so he might be Sanji's brother.
And there was like this old dude too who looked like he could have been like Sanji's grandfather or something. I don't know.
You think the old dude might be the Vince Smoke patriarch?
Maybe. Seems likely because like it's taking a little bit. It's like a reference almost to Hunter x Hunter. You know what I mean? Like it could be like the grandfather and the father being like really strong, and the rest of them are just kind of like also pretty strong.
It could be that Oda fucking showed the Vince Smokes right there, and we thought they were just pirates.
Well, yeah, because Oda always references like with Raizo, he had like a reference to Naruto, and so he might have like a reference to Hunter x Hunter with this.
No, I'm just saying like he just puts it point blank in your face. You just don't know it until later on.
Yeah.
So how about the?
Oh, so Yo Bravo, did you see like my argument for why it could be Doflamingo in that jail cell?
No. Fruber's telling me a little bit about it, but what was?
Yeah, because when you look at the guy's shoes, the shoes are pointy, and when you look at kids' shoes are round. So
wait, there were shoes shown in there?
Yeah, you can see shoes. You can see like
it was kind of like one of those.
The bottom of the shoe. Like, it was pointy. It looked pointy for like. So it looked almost like Doflamingo's shoe almost. But the problem is the pants.
So you're saying, One World, that somehow he managed to save Doflamingo and the government lied about it?
Well, because you gotta remember Jack. I'm not saying Jack actually, because Jack we know he lost. So maybe Kaido was like, okay, I gotta call someone else in now, and then Kid appeared, and then he was like, okay, Kid, the Kid Alliance, go ahead and prove yourselves, and I'll ally with you and help you take down Shanks by going and saving Doflamingo. And Kid's a lot smarter than Jack, so he didn't necessarily have to beat the admirals, but he could have at least like gotten to the point where.
Wait. Kids and what? Kids what?
What? He's a lot more intelligent than Jack.
Oh, I thought you said a lot stronger. All right.
No, well, maybe, probably, all three of them combined is a lot stronger than Jack. Honestly, anyone stronger than Jack now, Nami could probably beat him. But anyway.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so I'm thinking like, if they are allied with Kaido, we found out next chapter. I'm thinking like what could have happened is Kaido was like, yeah, go ahead and fill in for Jack, and I'll make you like a new high rank or whatever, or I'll ally with you. Because people were saying Kid doesn't usually work under people, but if it's like an alliance or whatever, it won't be him working under Kaido. It'll be like them working towards defeating Shanks.
I could definitely see that, especially if like his hatred for Shanks is like.
It runs deep.
Well, yeah, because people were saying Kid would ally with Blackbeard to take down Shanks, but Blackbeard is already involved with all this other stuff with the revolutionaries. So it'd make more sense now that if he's with Kaido, why would he bother fighting Kaido if he's after Shanks? And second of all, this is his golden opportunity to form like an alliance to take down Shanks.
Do you think Kaido fell in front of him and they're like, yo, we didn't expect to fight you? He's like, where you headed? And then say Shanks, and he's like, come on to me.
Yeah, almost like the scene with like Luffy and Whitebeard.
Ugh.
At the same time,
I'm trying to find out what you're saying, One Word, but I can't see the pointed shoe anywhere.
I'll show you. Hold on, I'll send you my tweet.
Yeah, and when did you say that that it said that Scratchman Apoo was because I looked at the last page and
I'm not seeing pointed shoes anything.
You mean that
it's to the left of the bar, like the last bar on the left is to the left of that. You can see like a shoe.
Yeah, like the sole of a shoe.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
It said Jack took his third loss.
Yeah, he kind of did.
It's the very, very left of the last page in the center.
God, like, do we think like who?
The last chapter that came out.
Yeah. The very recent.
And so that shoe belongs to Scratchman Apoo, you're saying?
No. I said it looks like
it in the chat, Ashura.
Huh?
Can you link it in the chat?
Because Doflamingo is known for his like pointy shoes, and Kid wears rounded shoes.
I'm gonna link the picture I took.
Yeah, here.
So. Really quick.
Hold on, you saying Doflamingo was rescued?
Is that fifth son?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
well, because Doflamingo, if Kid is actually like captured, why would he be laying down? Doflamingo is already injured, and he's laying down in the and he was laying down in the other jail cell. So it would make more sense if Doflamingo was just laying down in this jail cell because he's still injured.
But here's the thing. Here's where I disagree with you on that. Doflamingo has been with Kaido for 3 years. Why would he put his guy that was making him money? Like, He's the greatest underworld broker. Why would you put him in prison? He could just chill, just walk around the fucking walking.
Wait, what?
Chill.
How we know Doflamingo
Because
is
Kaido was bad.
like,
He was like, he started yelling at Luffy and stuff. He was like,
how do we know
Jack
if
can't
he's
believe-
good? He did get hit with Luffy's punch. How we know he's not handicapped or crippled?
well, he was heavily injured in Suru's jail cell. So I mean,
So wait, you're trying to say that this person is not Doflamingo?
no, I said it might be Doflamingo.
Oh, it might be.
Nah, Doflamingo.
I think that's Doflamingo.
He's with the Marines.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
the frills. People were saying the frills are
Even
like on
if
the pants.
still he's with Jack. That elephant destroyed the Doflamingo was on the same ship as Jack. And that
No, we don't
ship
know if
we
Doflamingo
is
was on Jack's
destroyed.
ship. It was implied that that Jack didn't save Doflamingo, that he like
Yeah.
lost or whatever.
All
But
right.
the thing is, they lied about him being
Uh,
dead too. Like,
But
well, the thing is, it would be kind of dumb though if Doflamingo's on that ship because now Doflamingo's dead. Like he's drowning.
Yeah.
He can't kill him.
Yeah,
And
also-
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
or
it's
maybe
still
Dof-
two different lies. Like you could say Jack died and kind of get away with it, because if it's ever said that he's alive still, it's like, oh well, we
Well, I
sunk
think
his
Jack
ship.
could've
We
survived.
thought he died. Now with Doflamingo, now like if you can't lie about Doflamingo not being captured. It's like if he rescued Doflamingo and they don't report it and Doflamingo's ever seen walking outside, it's like he's out. You know, they'll get in trouble for that and they'll look bad. So like, I don't think that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I don't think
Why
Jack
would he
was-
put Doflamingo in jail? Doflamingo could just be strutting around the streets of Zo, man. Like,
And
not
Akainu-
Zo, Wano. Like,
and
with his hands
Akainu-
up in the air, like, fuck, man, I'm free.
And Akainu was big about the pride of the military and how they look. Like, how would that look if like Dofi's
Yeah,
out?
they'd
Like,
be going.
Well,
they'd be
okay, here's
going-
the other thing, though, too.
they'd
People
be
were
on
saying
a
that-
muster call on fucking Wano by now.
Well, people
Then
were
if
saying that the
Dofi-
frills on like the pants or whatever in that scene, you can kind of look a little bit and you can see like some light colored like lacing on the pants or whatever you call those on the bottom of, and it's the same thing on Basil Hawkins and Kid's pants or whatever, that little bottom part of their
Yeah.
pants. So it looks a lot similar, but what could have happened is maybe like they gave him like a change of clothes. I don't know, maybe I don't know.
yeah, that probably
So
happened. They
you
probably
saying-
gave him prison clothes.
Possibly.
You saying Apoo portrayed all of them?
Probably. Well, know what I think? Because check this out. Like they said, he brought up Kaido. I don't think he brought up Kaido because Kaido's his friend. He probably wanted to fight Kaido. And probably what happened, I remember ex Drake wanted to fight Kaido because when that guy was like, you know, if you attack me, Kaido won't be too happy. So he was like, really? And he attacked him and like made an issue with Kaido. I think Kaido just might have this power to where like he could control Zoans and make them follow him. That's why he's 100 beats Kaido. And then another thing is that
He makes people like kind of follow you.
another thing with Kaido is that if he does have a type of power that he can make all Zoans follow him, check this out. And all the 4 Yonkos that we've seen, right? None of them has a Zoan on their team. It could possibly be because Kaido could control these Zoans, so they don't have Zoans.
Yeah, I think Kaido has like a bunch of like mythical and like ancient zones on his side, like Drake and
So-
Jack.
Yeah,
that-
so maybe
is that King
maybe like
Haki?
how you know how Shanks has that King Conqueror's Haki? Maybe Kaido has some type of King Conquering ancient Zoan Haki where like if you're not at a certain level.
Well, I just think it's Conqueror's Haki because like you could just basically people follow you if you have Conqueror, like really really strong Conqueror's Haki.
I was
Do
thinking
you
about
think
something.
it has something to do with people be saying that Kaido some type of what is that shit? Oni? Do you think his Conqueror's Haki is only with animals?
Yeah, I think it's boosted. Like
I don't know about that because like even people who are like non-zones, like Apoo, he's not a zone and he's
No,
I
he's
heard
not
that-
he's
I
not a
heard that
Zoan,
was-
but he's still an animal. He's a walking monkey. I think Kaido has some type of beast.
he's not a monkey. He's a long arm tribe member. He's a demon.
Why he looks like a monkey or something like that? Let me go
He's
look at
a
it.
long arm tribe member.
Some
looks
people
like
say
a-
that he might
it's
be
his race.
Manticore if I'm saying it right.
No,
Manticore.
Apoo is a long arm tribe
No,
member.
I'm talking about Kaido's devil
Oh,
fruit.
okay.
He might be a Manticore or a Chimera.
Yo, but
No,
what
I
if
think-
Kaido does this, right? After everybody leaves Zo and it's just Zunisha walking, Kaido falls on Zunisha
Oh, that'd be too much.
and then
Plus, there's no clouds, man, to say Kaido was there, man.
Hmm?
There were no clouds to say that Kaido just jumped down a
I know
sky
Kaido
line.
can fly.
How would Kaido find it though?
We don't know how they're finding Zunisha, but
Yeah, but
Well, yeah,
like,
that's another thing I wanted to bring up.
That'd be like really really hard
for him to get there,
to go from like the clouds and then to find Zunisha and then land perfectly on the
he'd be able to
back.
fly.
What
He's-
if-
he's Kaido.
What if
What if he
someone?
breaks Zunisha's back?
That's what I'm saying.
What
Like,
if
he just
someone-
falls on Zunisha and Zunisha falls because of his
Well, then Zoe's dead and the road poneglyph is gone forever.
do you remember the filler that was with the Long Arm tribe? How he tracked down Luffy? The guy where he stuck a VV card on the Sunny with a knife. What if someone did that to Zunisha, because Zunisha, the knife is so small, Zunisha won't even feel it, that it's walking around with a fucking knife stuck to its leg. That's why they can find it.
I
And
think
that
it
VV
has
card
something
must
to
be
do
someone else.
with.
I mean, Vivica could be
I
just
think
being
it,
an island.
I think it has something to do with his banishment. I think somebody in Wano have like information. Most likely is the dude working with Jack, not the Kaido. Not Jack. The dude working with Kaido have something to do with him. How they track the elephant.
Yeah, it could also be because of a
Only
traitor.
Yeah, man. I think maybe the reason
Because
why
we know
Zunisha
Wano
got
and that
punished.
elephant have a connection now.
I think Zunisha got
They have a
punished
strong
because it
connection.
probably
That
caused
elephant and
caused an oil spill. What, on some BP level oil spill? Said you're out.
Alright, someone kick off.
Nah, I think it has something to do with him being violent. It's something with him being a violent elephant. It has to be.
You mean
As we know, they thought the elephant was docile. It has something to do with him being violent. It has to. Him not follow. I think that's a warrior elephant, like a soldier, and it didn't follow orders. So a wanderer.
ah?
Well, I think with Zoe like maybe destroyed the original area, like he had the Minks were on, and then as compensation he had to like become their kingdom or whatever for like forever, basically. And I think it was controlled by the Kozuki clan, maybe.
Yeah, the former kingdom, because it was 13 of them, right? Or 24?
Yeah.
How many kingdoms was it before? That was 13.
I don't.
Well, we don't know how many ancient kingdoms. There was only said to be one ancient kingdom. That was you're talking about the world government kingdoms, I think.
Wait, this.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we got to this. Blackbeard being the weakest.
Because I know it's Alabasta. I know it's Alabasta.
Wait, did someone say Blackbeard's the weakest Yonko?
Weakest Yonko, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think he's probably right now. I think he's like mid tier, and maybe if not strongest.
Mid tier Yonko level, Cody.
I don't know. Like I think he could be strongest. I don't think he's dead last for sure. I think his potential is definitely number one. No, definitely number one. But
who's number one?
As far as him reaching that right this second, I don't know. I think that I think he's gonna get maybe like one final devil fruit if he doesn't already have one, and maybe like a few other extra power ups from like maybe Dragon in the fight, to like finalize his powers or whatever, and then he'll become number one.
What do you guys think about Blackbeard lurking to get Kaido's devil fruit?
I thought about that, but if Luffy's gonna fight Kaido, it would be kind of lame if then Luffy has to fight Blackbeard and have like the same devil fruit being used against him.
You think so?
Yeah, like let's just say Kaido has like a Cerberus devil fruit, something weird, and then like freaking Blackbeard eats it. It's gonna be weird to have to fight like two of the same thing. Yeah, two of the same Yonkos with the same fruit. Just Blackbeard has like 2 extra power ups. That's it.
Yeah, if he was to get another Yonko's fruit, that'd be OD.
I think
he had Big Mom's fruit and Whitebeard's fruit.
Well, maybe it would be cool if like I don't know if Shanks on the off chance, like on the very very rare chance that Shanks has like a devil fruit and Blackbeard takes that from him, or if Shanks at least like
nobody's ever beaten Blackbeard. Because if Shanks has a fruit, it would probably be like that OD times.
Or maybe Shanks just has like a devil fruit on him that's extremely powerful, and Shanks doesn't want anyone else to have it. Maybe I don't know, and Blackbeard will take that.
Shanks is walking around with a trump card.
Yeah, but like I don't think Shanks would eat it because he always talks like bad about devil fruits and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if Shanks actually had a devil fruit. Like.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but it's always a possibility. Like.
What do you guys think about the previous owner of the Gum Gum no Mi?
Well,
Roger's wife,
I've seen
maybe?
something interesting that said Luffy's mother could have had it, and I think that's a good theory. Maybe that was. Oh, matter of fact, not Luffy's mother. I think they said that Ace's mother had it. That was probably how she was able to hold Ace inside of her for so long.
I don't know, but the thing with that is like it seemed like it was a struggle, and if it was just because of the rubber fruit, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It would have been painless.
Wait, how would that work?
What?
How holding?
Because she can expand her stomach and it wouldn't hurt.
For how long? For like months?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a major expansion. It's just holding a baby in a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Yeah, I would actually I would kind of disagree with that just because it would take away from how brave it was. Because if you just have devil fruit guiding you through it, it's not really that impressive. But we looked at it as wow, that's insane. But if it's just a devil fruit did it, that's not a big deal.
That's kind of like if Shanks has a devil fruit right now. Does that take away from his epicness?
Yeah, in a way it does. I think so.
I mean,
because the old-fashioned fighters like Garp and stuff, they seem to be hockey reliant. So it would be cool if we saw at least one Yonko. I have a feeling Blackbeard already has a devil fruit. Kaido is most likely gonna have a zone devil fruit, and then Big Mom's most definitely gonna have some kind of Paramecia Logia something really strong fruit or something. And
so who gives a fuck? Talk about Sanji.
Bro.
Alright.
Fuck Sanji, weak ass nigga.
Wow. What's up with the Sanji hate, bro? What's up with the Sanji?
That's what I don't like, because Sanji gets his leg cracked a little bit by Virgo in a 5-second fight, and everyone's oh my god, Sanji's the weakest Straw Hat and he's gonna die really early.
Imagine
Jack
10 seconds.
Gets,
it would have been broke.
Jack gets destroyed the first time he can't even beat the Minx, and the second time he gets whooped by the Admirals. Except the third time he gets whooped by a giant elephant.
Yeah, but Jack didn't lose to Virgo. That's the difference.
But Sanji didn't lose either.
Jack lasted for 5 days. Jack did.
Okay, well the thing is when people compare,
I still think
him to
Jack
Zoro,
is stronger than Marco,
which has had zero trouble the entire time skip.
But the thing is, Sanji's always gotten injured, but he always wins, and that's what makes him a cool character. Because Sanji's
You can say the same thing with Zoro too.
Yeah, but Zoro always fights with flying sword attacks, and he has blades. He doesn't. If someone punches his blades are gonna get hurt, not him. You know what I mean?
And with Sanji,
if he blocks an attack and it's really strong, he can block it, but it's gonna hurt him.
To be fair with Sanji, the things that happened, if that was Brook that got his knees broken by Virgo, people would have said he was bad too. Yo, look how fast Brook lost.
Nah, Brook is.
I bet you no, but Zoro got crushed by Fujitora's gravity, and everyone was oh wow, that was so cool, man, good job, Zoro, you got injured.
Well, the thing is, he got out. He kind of
Zoro, yeah.
Yeah, he got away, but so did Sanji.
He
just escaping isn't a big deal.
Wait, what are we talking about?
When Zoro overcame Fujitora's gravity.
Yeah, Fujitora. Granted, Fujitora's a lot stronger than Virgo. But at the same time, just because you get caught off guard, Sanji's gotten injured a lot by, remember when he got injured by Bluno the first time he fought Bluno, and then an hour later he fights Giabra, and then he whoops Giabra completely, even though Giabra was a million times stronger than Bluno. Even though he couldn't do anything against Bluno. It's sort of a time thing, it depends on what the plot's really doing.
Bluno, his advantage is he had a devil fruit that can make him almost disappear.
Yeah, but Bluno blocked the attack that Sanji threw and didn't get damaged. But then
Bluno used Tekkai.
Yeah, Bluno used Tekkai and Sanji's kick didn't work on Bluno. But then Sanji, an hour later, uses an attack on Giabra, who's 2 times stronger than Bluno, and his Tekkai is 2 times stronger. But then Sanji just destroys him with one kick,
Yeah, versus Bluno, did he use Diambu Jambe?
No.
I think he.
No, he didn't.
He used a kick-based attack, but he blocked.
He did
he did a spinning attack.
Yeah, he and then he saw Bluno again, and he did another move, and he kind of almost broke his Tekkai.
He almost.
Yeah, it was coming close. It did some damage.
He kept coming closer and closer, but then he used Diambu
Jambe.
He kind of he whooped Jabber's ass, he did.
Yeah, and the thing is, Jabber was way stronger than Bluno too, according to the scale.
And the thing is, as a fighter, it's Sanji was definitely getting more hits in on Virgo. I think he would have definitely overcame Virgo.
Yeah, I think it was just Oda basically is if it wasn't if it was conclusive and Sanji was laying there bleeding kind of how Smoker was at the end of the Doflamingo fight.
You're saying he was Virgo's Virgo?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm 100%.
That guy had double defense. His body was fucking indestructible, and he had Haki that was even more.
But Sanji wasn't using Haki. There was no signs of Sanji using Haki.
Sanji was using Haki because he basically smashed Virgo's head.
Yeah, with regular kicks.
Yeah, those were regular kicks.
Virgo didn't even flinch. He didn't even flinch.
Okay, no, here, let me
And then
describe
Sanji
the fight.
continued on that, and his leg started to crack.
Here, no, let me tell you, this is what happened in the fight, alright? First off, they were using normal kicks, alright? They were both using normal kicks. Sanji had the upper hand, and then Virgo came back after getting kicked into the wall, and then Virgo started, like, throwing some really heavy punches, and then Sanji got his leg cracked, and then he said, he is ... implying he was using Haki, and then, like, right after that, Virgo throws like, a full armored punch at him with Haki, and then Sanji has to escape.
He wasn't using Haki, because now in the new world, like if someone's using Haki, they'll show you that black leg, black arm thing. But I think
that's the color.
I think it was just training that made his body hard, not the fact that he was using Haki.
That's armament black.
Yeah, that's hardening. Hardening is like a form of armament. That's like a more solidified form of Haki.
Like a defense armament.
Yeah,
I think Sanji definitely would have beaten Virgo. Like, come on.
Probably
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if Zoro can like single-handedly just destroy Pika, I think Pika was stronger than Virgo, right?
No.
No.
Whoa.
I don't.
Wasn't Pika stronger than Virgo?
No. Pico
Or were they
is
tied?
probably second after Virgo because Pico he was playing hide and seek the entire time.
Yeah, but Pika
Virgo
has like a
wasn't hiding.
gigantic like
Yeah, I brought
stone
up the
fruit
point that
and it's really good hockey as well.
Pika, if not just as fast as Zoro, if not faster.
I don't think
I
anyone
think with
heard you
that-
repeat that again.
No, I was saying that Sanji could have taken out Pika as fast as Zoro, if not faster.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, because Sanji has our observation.
Sanji has better observation and he can fly, so.
With Virgo, like I don't think Zoro or Sanji could have beat Virgo. It seemed like even Smoker and Law had a hard time beating him. No, he was that powerful. Like
No, but Virgo, the thing is, Virgo had
Law and
both their hearts.
Smoker beat him.
Yeah, but
And
Virgo
they
had
kinda
Law's
both
heart.
Luffy's level.
He had their hearts, or he had the heart. Though.
Well, not really Smoker anymore, but they're both is really close to Luffy's level. And Zoro and Sanji, it's like I think Virgo's way stronger than both of them.
You
And like
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
I think Zoro and Sanji are not that far from Luffy.
Like they say that, but then it's like look who fought Doflamingo and like lost real quick, or like the Virgo situation and other
But the
situations.
thing with Sanji, what
Exactly.
did he do?
I think I got on a scale.
It's like
Luffy's at
Law is way closer to Luffy. All right, like we could probably agree that Law is closer to Luffy in strength than Zoro and Sanji is, and it's not like exactly strength
And
power wise,
strength.
ability,
and
like
strength
everything
and power.
everything together,
What
like
you say.
overall as a fighter,
Zoro go all out.
as fighters,
Well,
like
we
how
haven't seen
powerful.
anyone really go all out. Like Zoro has still been just messing around. So Sanji hasn't used anything
Sanji
new
hasn't used
except for
anything,
Skywalk. Sanji hasn't used anything new except for like Skywalk and that Hell Memories, but that was only
Alright.
against water opponents.
Do you think
What makes
Virgo's
you
a lot
think
stronger than Jozu?
Nah, I don't think
Jozu
that.
got kind of wrecked by Doflamingo as well.
Yes, Zoro beating Jojo. Yes,
Zoro
No, yeah.
beat Jozu?
yes.
Wow.
Well, Zoro did say that it's
Zoro
nothing.
versus Jozu?
Wow.
Yeah, I think Zoro could. Yeah, maybe because Zoro has
Zoro-
armament. Like
Yeah, Zoro did say, I forgot which chapter it was, but he said it's nothing I can't cut.
Oh, there's no
Exactly.
fucking way Zoro's.
I don't know if he's
Yeah,
cut
he's
down
beating
right.
Jozu.
Just
What are
yet.
you guys smoking?
Like, why is Zoro beating Jozu?
well, because
Well, he
I
said
think
it-
like I think at the end of the day, even if he has Diamond, like as long as Zoro's hockey is stronger,
But how do we know Zoro's hockey stronger than Jozu?
it's
Because
just kind of like
Doflamingo-
well, because he's like the
Doflamingo
second in
stops
command, sort of. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think like I sort of believe the idea that that someone else is gonna get Jozu's Diamond Devil Fruit, like Shiryu or whatever,
I mean,
and
I
he's
believe
gonna make
that's
better use of it, like
Yeah.
to actually like.
It'll
combine
be
it with
like
hockey.
It'll be like a situation where when he cut the guy, Mr. Number One, like I'm pretty sure he had a conversation with Mihawk about how to cut Diamond or how to cut something crazy like that he can go back to, and Jozu might not be that much of a problem.
Like I said, I feel like he would have a certain technique to cut diamond.
Yeah, he might have like an advanced form of the Lion Song.
Yeah, like I don't think it's just gonna be a regular slash. It's gonna cut diamond.
Yeah, he would have to like fight build
that's
up to it.
special.
Yeah.
That's the thing with build up too. And we were just talking about like Sanji versus Virgo. There would have to be proper build up for Sanji to actually beat
But if
Virgo.
like Zoro's already stronger than Jozu,
I don't know. I think it's kind of hard to say because, like I said, the power scales are kind of weird. Because like,
it's weird.
okay, so like Luffy, if you want to like compare it, like Luffy was actually his hockey stronger than Jozu, like 100%, because he easily broke through Doflamingo's string. Whereas,
Easily.
Well,
yeah,
the thing
Jozu-
is, they said Luffy kind of used expansion, so it's like with
yeah, but Virgo,
kinda amplified.
Luffy
him
broke his
breaking
strings
out.
twice. Luffy broke
I don't
his
think
strings
so, because
twice.
it's just air, him blowing into his arm. That's
Nah, but it's like he had armament Haki on, so it's like him.
yeah, well, Jozu couldn't even like budget, and he had armament and diamond working for him
I mean, but Diamond, I don't know how Diamond is breaking out of that. Like how?
because he has muscles underneath it to contract and break it out.
No, but he can't do the same thing Luffy can do. It's like Luffy can contract and make himself bigger. I don't know if
I don't know how that would work. Like that's
So I don't know
So
if
yeah,
that's like a.
kind of like overcomplicated.
He
You're
just
trying to-
arming himself.
But I think my personal opinion on that is I think Luffy has Conquerors while Jozu didn't. And I think Conquerors can easily break like some Devil Fruit techniques.
So
'Cause,
then,
like it's shown in the past, like you know how
You're
Luffy
saying
broke through
Luffy-
no spell?
Luffy broke through Doflamingo's web, but I think that he grabbed the web. He didn't break right through it. I think he grabbed it.
No, he
broke
no, it was
it.
around
It
him.
doesn't
It
matter.
was
The
around
manga,
him.
the manga is different from the anime because I saw the manga think he grabbed the web, and then to dodge it he grabbed it, but in the anime said they just punched
No,
it.
in the manga it was all wrapped around him, and then he went gear forth, and then it just snapped, like because he expanded and broke through it. Like it looked like he was throwing his arms out as if he was actually pulling it apart.
yeah, that's what happened. I don't think-
No, I'm talking about the final, the King Kong gun versus Doflamingo's webs.
Oh, you mean when he punched through it?
Yeah, because I remember that Doflamingo had the webs come right through the. He had a bunch of strings come through
We're
the
talking
web.
about the
and Luffy
parasite.
grabbed it.
We're talking about the parasite string. And the thing was, Doflamingo only had like I think one string on Jozu, whereas Luffy had like a bunch of strings on him.
Yeah, he had a bunch of strings.
And Luffy could still break through it, even though there's more strings on him than Jozu. But once again, I think that could be
Exactly.
Conqueror's Haki or something like that
Yeah,
special power.
It probably is Conqueror's Haki because like people say sometimes that Conqueror's Haki doesn't really do nothing. So, but it could probably be that.
It's a lot more to Conqueror's Haki than just
Yeah.
knocking out fodder.
Doflamingo said
Yeah.
that Luffy was
If he
stronger
was
than
using
Law only
Conqueror's
because
Haki,
he
they
had
would've
Conqueror's
showed it.
Haki.
Wait, say that again.
I think if he was using it, they would have showed it.
Wait, I didn't hear that.
Oh, that if he was using Conqueror's Haki, they would have showed it. He's saying.
Luffy?
Exactly.
I think Conqueror's Haki kind of amplifies your ability. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like it's something that you always have to activate.
If
No, I disagree that it doesn't amplify anything. The only thing that amplifies your ability is the armor.
You said what? How do you know that it doesn't amplify your abilities, Astra?
Because Kakugen's Haki is basically something. It's basically something from the brain.
they would have showed it.
No, it
Basically
does. It's been
intimidate
stated to
someone.
amplify
How can you
your
say it
ability.
doesn't amplify anything, Astra?
It's been stated Conqueror's Haki does because when on two separate occasions when Luffy clashed with Don Chinjiao and Doflamingo, when they clashed with Armament and Conquerors, they said it was a clash of Conquerors, and it had the sparks and stuff, and it was actually having like when they were punching, it was having a physical effect. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
this one was just a clash between Conquer King's Haki. It's basically the Conquer King's Haki just spread out, knocking people out. But
no, but it was power. It was raw power being
Yeah.
converted into actual like energy and like attack basically.
Yeah, I think it's
That
like.
was based on the
What do you
physical.
think? What do you think the purpose
No,
of
that wasn't filler. That was a manga. That was in the manga.
Wait, I can't. I didn't hear that. Or you lagged out.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it either.
They said, I think everyone else's power stayed the same, and the Straw Hats had to catch up. I don't know about that.
No.
I think everybody else got stronger as well.
I think Blackbeard got a lot stronger because Blackbeard even stated before like the time skip. He was
yeah,
like, I'm not used to these powers at all. He said he wasn't used
yeah,
to like.
I think the Blackbeards got stronger, but the Doflamingos they got weaker. That's
I
basically.
think Dofi got weaker, bro.
They got weaker because they weren't doing anything, man. They thought they could rule Dressrosa forever. The
You
Straw
think
Hats
Dofi
came
was
in there
sitting
and
on
fucked them up.
Dressrosa the whole time?
Yeah, that's
Looks
what
like it.
somebody said. Didn't somebody say like you was just
He's
sitting
going through
on?
menopause.
That's what I said. I've been saying like they weren't doing anything. They took over the
think it
country,
was
they
Law.
beat the army, and then they sat there. They were drinking
on
fucking
its own.
lemonade, and they weren't doing anything. Like if they spent 10 years training, they would have fucked up the Straw Hats. But no, the Straw Hats came in there. They trained for 2 fucking years, 2 meaningless years, which they had 10 years to bump themselves up.
Yeah, I think
Everyone would have had
everybody.
hockey.
Wait.
Everyone
That's
would have had
like
hockey except for
No,
except for
not.
Doflamingo and Pika.
Wait. First off, it's like the Straw Hats didn't do it on their own. They wouldn't have been able to. So it's like saying that the Straw Hats did it and took him out. Like the Straw Hats had a lot of help, like a lot of help to take out Doflamingo.
Well, here's the thing.
No, the help was to take out Doflamingo.
You said that the Straw Hats had help, but Sanji did not have help. He had to do this on his own. So you're wrong about that. Yeah, he didn't have nobody to train him.
What do you mean?
Sanji learned hockey on his own.
Does what's his name have hockey? Ivankov.
Yeah, I think he had. He didn't kind of have to learn himself because
Ivan Chan helped teach him hockey.
Like,
why
do you think?
No, because
Ivankov didn't teach Sanji anything. All he said, "Yo, I got these 100 masters. Go fight."
No, this is what happened. All right.
At the start of his training, I'm sure at some point, Ivan Chan taught Sanji some stuff.
No. Sanji said. Sanji actually she said she wouldn't help him unless he became a Okama, and he said he didn't want to. So she said they would chase him to like kind of train him. They wouldn't actually teach him anything though. He said.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he said I won't teach you anything.
Improve his 40 time.
Well, I guess they pushed him to the point where he had to learn it himself, or he learned from them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He learned it himself. Like
I think we're being delusional.
Like,
if Sanji didn't learn anything from them.
Yeah.
He didn't learn anything, man. He was like. He's a bit like Naruto, where he did everything by himself.
He had to teach himself how to overcome them, like this.
Check this out. If Sanji didn't learn anything from them, when Peckham's talked to him and said that we know about the Okama Kingdom, he wouldn't care. Like he'd be like, "Alright, kill him. They didn't teach me nothing." But I'm telling you that they taught him some stuff.
Okay, the thing is, he did teach him, but they didn't teach him like directly. It wasn't like hey class, gather around. We're gonna teach you some new stuff. It was more like they were chasing him, and he learned stuff.
Wait, wasn't Sanji dressed up when we saw him?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me explain it. All right, this is what happened because I remember. So Sanji, when he first got there, he kind of got caught by surprise and he got caught into their thing. We don't really know how he became an Okama. I assume there's some kind of like maybe essence to the island that converts you, because it's all like flowery and even the animals are all girly and stuff. So he got converted, but then once he realized he was in the wrong, like once he realized what was happening, then he broke out of the spell, and then he was like, well, I gotta get out of here, and Ivankov was like, I'm not giving you a boat. But then he realized he had a train, so then she was like, okay, we have these 100 the 100 recipes, the 99 recipes, my bad. And so Sanji was like, I want to learn those, and she said, well, we'll only teach you if you go through like the bride ceremony or whatever, where you become.
Yeah, that's what he said. Like he just wanted a recipe. He didn't want to fight.
Yeah, and so she said, well, the only way we'll give those to you is if you complete the bridal ceremony or whatever it was called. And he said he wasn't going to do it, so she said she would teach it to him if he beat each one of the Okama and then took their recipes. So I'm assuming each one of the Okama has like a special, like the masters have like their own factions or whatever, like maybe like a stealth faction, and he learned from them, but they didn't actually teach it to him. He had to beat them and overcome them by learning like their tactics, basically.
But that's
you said that if he beat all of them.
If they taught him, that would mean he had to go through the bridal ceremony and
no.
Okama.
I'm saying you said that they gave him two options. That she said that if he beats all of them, then she would teach him. So maybe he beat all of them.
Well, he had to take each one of the recipes from each master. Like each master has a recipe.
The recipes from them. You have to take it from one after the other.
That's a form of training.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. But like
after that,
it's not saying that I'm going to train you.
A lot of times you kind of like, oh, he had a really powerful master, so he's going to get really strong. Like, I don't think that's
it was sort of like how the animals taught Luffy. Like they didn't
accurately.
They weren't teachers. They were more like he was learning from them rather than.
Yeah, that's what people got to realize. Is like when you see Zoro got trained by Mihawk and Luffy got trained by Rayleigh. It's not like they were really getting trained by him. Like
they were fighting him.
They taught him some stuff, but it was more like, okay, go fight these fucking bears or whatever. And
yeah. It's similar like that with Zoro. Like
Sanji had to run a lot. 24/7. He had to run like every day.
People kind of say, "Well,
Mihawk had Zoro fighting the monsters."
Stronger than Sanji because look at who was training him. Look at that.
Well, even that though, like I'll say that I don't think like maybe by a little bit Mihawk is stronger than Ivan Chan, but people sleep on Ivan Chan. Ivan Chan is real powerful. Like it seemed like
just look at the teacher and say, okay, because of the teacher, they're going to be a lot stronger than somebody else. I don't think that's accurate.
Well, Luffy was already stronger than Sanji to begin with, so I don't think that's.
No, they all kind of got the same training. Like Zoro had to fight the baboons. Sanji had to get the recipes from them, and then Luffy was fighting the wild animals, so it was pretty similar.
I think Sanji got the worst because he was basically threatened with something worse than death, which was to like.
That pushed him more. So that's
and he had to run 24/7, whereas I think Luffy got occasional breaks. Sanji didn't even really get breaks because he was.
But exactly, isn't that better training?
Yeah, but like it was more like it was more to train like his speed and stuff rather than pure strength.
That's durability too, bro.
The only durability, but like not so much power because like he probably had to train power too.
Yeah.
The only thing that'll make up
I think
for
awesome training. I want to see some of that. Like,
the only thing that'll make up for Sanji what happened with Doflamingo and Virgo is if, because we haven't seen him use none of his new power ups. What if his new power ups is that what is the Okama style called?
Okama Kempo.
Yeah. Sanji
form of Kempo.
Yeah.
Well, I had a theory on this.
Like I think Sanji doesn't want to use his Kempo because it looks gay or something like that. But it's powerful. It's gonna be a situation.
No, he's already.
I think he has kept the Kempos. Like he got the spin thing, which he has never done before.
I hope that's.
That would be so.
I really looked into this.
He did the spin thing. I've never seen the spin before, so that might be an Okama move that he kept, or he just made his own version of it.
I hope he has his own version. That's what I'm saying, Asher. I hope he has his own version. I don't want to.
Yeah, no. Here, I had a really.
You're saying they trained him. I'm saying no. Like,
it would be funny too.
The example is the Genpo. Are you going to say the Okamas trained him how to walk on the air?
Well, here I had a
he
theory on
learned
this.
that on his own, I think.
I think that he has, like, Diable Jambe. He stated Diable Jambe, the standard, like, red flame or whatever. That was to gain power. So I think that's like, I think Diable Jambe, his normal Diable Jambe, that's like the base flame. So I think that since there was 99 recipes, I think there was 9 factions, and there's also 9 layers to hell. So I think that Sanji called the Okama Island, he called it a living hell. So this was like a comedic version to say Sanji's going through hell, and that since he represents Satan, I think Sanji had to go through these trials, and he learned 9 different flames to represent the 9 layers of hell, and like each one represents each faction, like a stealth flame, a power flame, a speed flame, and then I think there was like a final flame, like the 10th one, which was the rainbow flame, which he showed in Fishman Island, where he had the spectrum, and there was like different colors of flames bursting out and stuff. So I think that was like what he learned, like his rainbow style, because the island has like rainbows all around it. So I think that was like his final learning or teaching from the island, which he used to beat Ivankov to get the final recipe.
What about the you guys remember Sided versus Laoji?
Oh, you mean the colored flame?
Yeah. Do you think Sanji has that amount of destructive power?
Probably more.
Yeah, probably.
Probably more than Sai, right?
Yeah, well, a lot more, I think.
And Sai was basically splitting the earth.
Wait.
I think Zoro and Sanji will have a move equivalent to King Kong Gun, if not right now, at least by the Kaido arc.
Yeah, I think he does. I think it's something funny about it. Like it probably looks gay or something like that. That's why he doesn't want to use it. But he's gonna get
probably the rainbow flame. He already showed those rainbow flames earlier. What's really interesting in Fishman Island, he did show a pink flame too. He called it. It was like the lust flame or whatever. He used it.
And it would be similar because we seen Dofi laughing at Gear 4th at first. So I could see somebody laughing at Sanji pose or something like that.
Yeah, what do you guys think about? You guys think about my theory? The reason that Zoro's eye is cut is because he had a fight with Mihawk. It was a battle of the death, and Zoro killed Mihawk.
Well, I thought all right, that's the thing. I thought Mihawk warned Zoro. He was like, "Is one monkey? Watch out! He uses my sword's techniques." And Zoro fought that monkey, and that's who cut his eye. And remember, but wasn't there a clip of like Zoro and Pain with his eye cut or something like that? I think the monkey with Mihawk's skill cut Zoro's eye, but later Zoro was strong enough to beat him, like before he left the island.
You think the monkey did that to Zoro?
Yeah, but not just any monkey though. The monkey that Mihawk warned him about, that he said, "Watch out! It's one monkey on this island. He's the king of the baboons." Or something.
The mandrill monkey, the big boss one.
Yeah, the big boss one. I think that's who cut Zoro's eye.
Yeah,
which is actually not a bad thing, because that's.
I don't know about that.
Mihawk did say that it's not as powerful as him, but he uses his techniques and watch out, like he's dangerous. Like I think that's who cut Zoro's eye.
I don't know.
Somebody said that the monkey king, like the leader of the giant monkey, was filler. Wasn't it in the manga?
It was filler.
Really?
I think it was filler.
I don't know.
Well, even if it was, they still showed it as like an explanation of like what happened to his eye. Like I doubt Mihawk did it.
I feel like it's a form of his training, but that's just me.
Yeah, I feel like, because like if you remember in the first half of the series, when it was building up to him using Ajra, it showed his eye in the anime, and it didn't really show in the manga because it was blurred out. But it showed his left eye, the one that was cut. It showed it like glowing and stuff. And so I think that, and it was when he used his cursed power. So I think it could have been like the whole idea that his body's being like taken over or whatever, and that's why Ridley also has the scar on his eye, because like he had to take over his cursed sword.
They're saying the monkey is canon. Mihawk talking about it was filler.
Like what I like. what I think with Zoro, I don't think it's a trainer. I think he fought one of those monkeys, and that's who cut out his eye. But what happened is that he doesn't have an eye anymore.
Everyone's roasting Taekwon in the chat.
That's okay. Like I think Zoro doesn't have an eye anymore, but when he uses Ashura, he's just gonna have the demon eye.
Yo, somebody kick Taekwon out of here quick. That list is biased.
Wait, what did he say? I didn't even hear what he said.
Oh, that Zoro eye got cut out by one of the baboons, and that when he does Ashura from now on, when he does that evil eye thing, he doesn't have a real eye anymore. He just has the demon eye, and it'll be like crazy because he'll just have.
Where do you get the demon eye from then?
No, it's a demon eye. Like it's always gonna be there. He didn't lose that. He lost his real eye, so he's just gonna have like one real eye and then one glowing red eye.
Why did he lose his eye? It looks like there's just a cut on it. It's not like it sliced through his eye. It looks like it's just like a normal cut to close the skin or the flap or whatever.
I
I've
get what
talked
you're
about
saying.
this 100 times, but I really think that Zoro's eye is a power up just because we see like the parallel between him and Rayleigh, and that like.
Yeah, it's not just.
Yeah, the fact that his left eye was glowing when he used his first cursed aura or whatever.
Yeah, and we see Rayleigh's eye has like the exact same scar over it, but Rayleigh can still see through his eye fine.
I wonder if Tora has like the same thing.
You see Mihawk like basically saying, there's this spirit that comes over you the more you get deeper with your dark sword techniques. And to kind of overcome this, you have to go through this training. That maybe it's one of those things, and then it goes into what happened to Cavendish.
I don't really think there's something wrong with his eye. I think that
you think it's just like to make him look cool.
Yeah, because you got Rayleigh's got the same scar.
Exactly.
His eye's okay, so I'm thinking the same thing with Zoro. But there's something about that eye where he probably concentrates his haki in the eye so bad that he's got a superior observation haki in that eye, where it becomes like a Mihawk eye.
I don't know about observation haki.
Well, I see some of the comments in
observation haki works in the mind, not the body.
I think it's more than observation.
So if you have it in your eyes, it doesn't make a difference.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like if his eye is cut out or whatever like that, it wouldn't affect the demon eye at all, and it would still be a power up. It's like the only time he's gonna open it, because since he doesn't have an eye, is when he uses his power up, and then you'll see the right eye, and then when it's done, he'll just close his eye again. Like it doesn't handicap Zoro in any way.
Yo, Fifth Son, I understand. I agree that it could be just strength training, where it's like while he was fighting with Mihawk, he had to use one eye, and because he couldn't use one eye, he kind of cut it on purpose. So that
I saw one idea of where he actually took the tiger and then did like
what if that eye's nothing more than a cyborg eye and he shoots a rabbit beam from the
Remember when he did that sword thing where he threw the sword up in the air and he almost cut his arm off? What if it, like, I saw a comic where he basically threw that like a dagger in the air and it cut his eye, like because Mihawk's sword was so powerful that it overcame his willpower or whatever. I don't believe it because like I think there's gonna be some like significance around it.
Yeah, Travis Davies says maybe his eye is similar to Kenpachi's power restriction. Maybe his eye power has his demon power. Mihawk wants him to increase his base level power, so when he uses it, it would advance his abilities further.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I think like because like I made a video on this, and I think like there's more forms of Ajura. Like there's a Ajura called Ravana Ajura, and it has like 30 different parts. Like it has 20 arms and like 10 legs, or I mean 10 heads. I mean, and so he could have like a 30 sword style and stuff like that. Like as a
sword style, that'd be so insane.
What is it? An advanced form of like Ajura or whatever?
What, another sword style?
Yeah, because like it seems like he has like the 9 sword style with Ajura. So.
So what the fuck? Laser in his eye? You high?
Superman.
Sure you think Zoro has a laser in his eye, bro?
I'm just joking about the laser, man. I don't fucking care. This discussion is going like everywhere. I'm just putting my thoughts in there.
Yeah, but the thing I was saying, that's the first thought I had since I first seen that. It's like since we did see that eye glowing, it's like if his eye was missing, it would be a cool thing because he'll have no eye besides a demon eye.
All right, so let's talk about this last quick topic. With the Straw Hats, somehow everyone thinks that each Straw Hat has to be Admiral level at the end of the series.
I don't know, man.
What do you guys think?
No.
I think maybe three admirals. The rest are captains.
Vice
admirals. Vice admirals and captains.
Captains?
No captains.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Captains?
Not everybody.
Some will be like I can see Robin Robin, Frankie. Yeah, Robin and Frankie as vice admirals.
But they gotta fight Blackbeard's
The
crew.
rest of them are captains.
I think they have to be at least vice
Because the
admiral.
captains are like weaker than the vice admirals. So
Exactly, they have to be at least vice admiral.
No, the thing was with Blackbeard's crew, they were some of the most vicious and like dangerous criminals on the planet. And
Right.
the
So they're
strongest
probably
fell
some.
down.
Yeah.
So they Charlotte's got to become like at least that strong.
At
like,
least
the most
high
dangerous.
vice admiral level.
Yeah, vice
Admiral or mid vice admiral. I don't think each of them are going to be admiral,
Yeah.
but
Bro, that would be so weird.
that'd be crazy. Like if each of them can hold off an admiral.
Yeah, that would be too much.
No, that's OP. This wait, hell no, Pirate King level. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
kind
think
of hope Jack actually climbs up back up the trunk or whatever, so
Yeah, me
that
too.
Chopper can come in with Monster Point and just throw
the
him
thing is
back
if
up.
Jack climbs back up, it's like
If
he
that
has
actually
no
happened,
chance.
I
He has
wouldn't
no
be a
chance
fan
of beating
anymore.
any of them. What were you saying?
I said if that actually happened, I wouldn't be a Jack fan anymore.
If he climbs onto it and Chopper beats him?
Yeah.
If
No, he
Chopper
doesn't beat him,
beats
he
him,
just
I'm
throws
done
him
with
off
Jack.
like casually, just like.
I
kinda
don't
like
think that's
waves.
happening though. I think Jack one shots Chopper. Obviously.
Yeah, I think so
What?
too.
Monster Point Chopper?
Yeah, Monster Point Choppers get one shotted.
Why? He's
do
just
why?
a giant hairy elephant. What's he gonna do? Whack him with his trunk after he
He
gets
does
that
have
with
a
the trunk?
staff.
What? He has that little sword thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
Monster
can't
Point
do
Chopper.
anything. Like he can't do anything like Zoro with it, where he can like throw.
What?
Like, flying
He's
swords
he's
back.
one shot everybody else except the
I haven't
monster.
dropped Jack.
Wait, Jack has one shotted?
I say he's gonna one shot probably everybody else except the monster trio.
Oh my god, man, that's too much.
Yeah, and
Really?
Monster Point Chopper used to be strong. It's not really that strong anymore.
Jack doesn't have any good powers. He was shooting cannons at Zoe's legs. Like he doesn't have any cool powers. Like if he actually had a power like Zoro, where he could like slice like huge mountains in half, like the size of Pika, he would have sliced like Zoe's leg in half. But he doesn't have anything because he's weak.
Well, Jack is not weak. It's just that he doesn't have that type of power. He's like
He's
like
just
a
like
tank.
a huge rock.
in
He's like
power.
a cockroach.
He has power. He didn't have the leverage to use his power, so you bring it down to your level. That's what he was saying.
What? Zoro could have easily sliced that leg in half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How?
Zoro can slice like steel in half. Why would the Zoe be a challenge? He sliced like Pika the size of a mountain in half.
Well,
No, but the thing is, Zoro, like, he had to get thrown to do that.
But he could still do it from a range. Jack was right next to the leg, and they were firing cannons at it. Jack was just sitting back like on his chair, like, all right, sipping some tea.
So you're comparing Zunisha to a random mountain?
Yeah. What's the difference? Jack even said Zunisha's like skin and stuff was weak, and it'd be easy to break through it with cannon
What
fire.
I'm saying is, like, he's in a ship. He doesn't have the leverage to use his attacks.
Zoro would have though.
well, the thing about that still is that Sanji can't do that.
No, because even the
It's that
cannon.
they have different powers. Since Zoro's a swordsman, he better be able to cut stuff. Jack
Yeah.
doesn't have to be able to cut stuff. So
Jack
Sanji
is a
doesn't have to be
swordsman.
able to cut stuff.
I don't think he's a swordsman.
Jack has weapons.
I
Jack
don't
is
think
not
he's a swordsman.
Yeah, Jack is not a swordsman.
But he has a sword.
Hey,
He
those
does
aren't
have a sword.
Third of strength.
Okay, they're pretty close.
I think he has a sword, bro. Like, he was
Okay, the
really
thing
too
is,
far.
I
He was
think
too
Jack-
far, bro.
Jack is
Yeah.
just like Jack is literally just like a wild animal. Like
See, and
he's like
the
he's like a freaking what do you call it? Honey badger. You like honey badgers? They just keep coming back. They're annoying. You punch them in the face and they just get back up. You know what I mean?
So, Cody, okay, so who is beating it? So where's Jack's level? How strong do you think Jack is?
I
don't
think stronger than Marco.
Okay, here I
So-
was gonna make a video about this, but like I decided not to because this was back when Jack was still super hyped. Now his hype has kind of died down after he got one shot like a fly. But what my opinion is I think if Jack's bounty is 100% authentic, then what I think it is with like the New World, I think since in the New World we haven't really seen anyone with a bounty that has taken over islands illegally. We've seen Shishibukai who have taken over islands, but with government permission, so that doesn't really add to their bounty. They don't even have bounties really. So I think if you take over an island, you automatically like kind of own the price of the island, so your bounty goes up a lot. And since Jack is like the conqueror, he goes around taking over islands and stuff. They call him Jack the Drought. He like gasses islands and invades them with armies. I think that adds a lot to his bounty. So what I think is like, I think he'll be like sort of like a mid-tier. He protects like the lands. He adds new lands, and I think the other two calamities might be ancient zones as well. And they have 1 billion, around 1 billion each. And then I think we'll have a higher level where it's like maybe 3 billion or maybe 5 billion, where the top executives who are mythical zones, I think they'll be like Kaido's like guardsmen or whatever, and they do like they're even stronger. And
Do you think there are like 4
himself.
people that are stronger than Jack at least?
Nah.
Stronger than.
There's no way.
Yeah, I think there's people stronger.
I think Jack is Kaido's right hand man still, and Jack didn't get wrecked by Zunisha. He just got flung away. It's a difference. You know what I mean? Like,
Listen,
it's
man,
not like
high level.
It's not like Jack got hit and he blew up after that. You know,
I don't think Jack is his right-hand man anymore because there's no way they're doing. Okay, even though I'm not saying that Jack is like necessarily weak, there's no way they're doing a right-hand man like how they did Jack.
They didn't even do nothing to Jack. All he did, he got flung. He didn't
Okay,
get
but the
destroyed.
thing is like even though he's like matched up against like really hard opponents, he still took 3 losses. Like he lost every fight he's been in.
He didn't.
Yeah, he lost.
They're not gonna hype up a right-hand man by him just losing everything.
Well, the thing is, he did take the Minx. He took their legs.
No, the Minx said themselves, they were like, it was a tie, but we had the advantage. If it would have continued going on...
All right.
No.
They said that at first.
In a fight, you can have the advantage, but that doesn't mean you're going to win.
Yeah, and then it was Jack fighting the whole island pretty much.
Who at the very first... Okay, so Nekomamushi, when he came in, he freaking flipped Jack. He threw him across, like... He freaking pile drive him to the ground. Inuarashi, he blocked Jack's heaviest attack when he was.
Whoa! Heaviest attack? We don't know that.
Yeah. No, it was his full beast form. Full beast forms are strongest attack. Jack might have an awakening form, but I doubt he would have. I doubt he used it because.
Yeah, he didn't use it.
Yeah. I don't think he used an awakening form because then that kind of why wouldn't he if he has one because he was fighting for 5 days and he lost his patience. Why wouldn't he just use an awakening form instead of using a gas weapon?
Because it's easier.
Yeah.
Not really. It'd be more satisfying. He's like, what do you?
This strategy. What do you mean?
A strategy? So you're saying if Luffy was fighting Big Mom and he just gassed the whole island, he's like, oh my god, you think that would be a strategy?
Jack is a different animal.
That's the thing. His name is Jack the Drought, not Jack the Honorable Fighter. Like he used it after 5 days. You know what I mean? Like so Jack gave the fight time.
Bravo. Even though the Minx got gassed, they were winning. They were winning against Jack's crew.
They had the advantage, right?
Yeah, Jack's crew, but not Jack himself.
Okay, all they said about Jack was that he wouldn't go down. That's all they didn't say he was.
So okay, other than Jack, name somebody else of significance that was fighting with Jack.
The soldiers, they kept getting. He called them.
I would say Inuarashi and Nekomamushi. Those two.
No, I'm talking about other than Jack. On Jack's side, anybody else?
Okay, but no. The Minx said that Jack's army was an army of zombies, and that they kept coming, and that they were really durable or whatever. Because the army was comprised of, I think, 2 groups. There was the gifters who had the zone fruits that I'm assuming gave them zone.
I think they were a group though.
But what I'm saying is Jack was fighting against Nekomamushi and Inuarashi by himself, and they were resting and taking turns for 5 days.
We don't know if Jack was resting or not.
No, Jack couldn't rest. He had to fight.
How did Jack rest? How?
It's like
he had soldiers backing him up.
Come on, bro. Those soldiers?
They were getting beaten by Kid Meat. They're zone users.
Yeah, exactly. They was getting beaten by Kid Meat.
They were zone users.
Jack, which is not cool. Like if you have to discredit him, you're not really saying that he's weak. You're just trying to discredit him. And it's the thing too. A lot of people what was his name? A lot of people Jack is one of the strongest characters we've seen so far. Like Zunisha knocked him away. It didn't defeat him. Jack did everything that he did without even rest.
At the very beginning of the series, Luffy fought that giant whale. That giant whale was about the size of Zunisha.
What whale?
No.
That whale was huge, man.
What whale?
That's what I'm saying. What
do you what's his name?
What Jack did to me, what Jack did is way more impressive than what Rob Lucci did. But Rob Lucci got crazy fans. It's just that Jack got haters. That's all.
Wait, what? Jack lost 3 times in a row.
He did not lose. He stayed alive the whole time.
Oh.
And check this out. Every
he's like a cockroach, man. He just survives. That's all he's good for.
Laboon is not the size of Zunisha. Stop.
And then people defend Sanji losing to Virgo and stuff like that, but Jack didn't lose to anybody.
Okay,
Plus, a lot of the fights that Jack had, he was at the disadvantage. He fought against a whole nation of people. Then he fought against the admiral and the fleet admiral. Every fight that Jack had, he was at a disadvantage in. You know what I mean?
Look at Azura's profile picture. You can see the comparison of the ship to Zunisha. All right, when you look at the comparison of Luffy's ship to Azura's profile picture.
Hold on.
Look at his profile picture. You see, it's not a huge difference between the ship and Zunisha. And then when you look at
he's using the wrong picture. Go to.
I'm using the wrong picture. It's a valid picture.
All right,
No, but that's-
what is the argument here right now? Because I'm
I
saying-
don't
I'm
even
saying-
understand it.
Laboon
I
isn't
think the argument was
strong.
about the size of Laboon versus Zunisha.
Laboon was huge, man. He was like he was able to.
No, man,
Laboon is not the size of Zunisha.
Top was
Stop
Laboon.
Do you not remember they went inside him and there was like a huge? It was like the size of like they had a little island in the center. Then you could see like a whole sky around it.
Alright, I'm gonna post this in the YouTube chat. There's no fucking way that you guys can say that that fucking giant ass elephant is as big as Laboon. Bro, look at that thing.
Wait, you think
What?
Laboon is the size of Zunisha?
Hold on, let me look this up. Hold on.
Oh, thank you. And can
trying to
somebody
find
get a picture? You what? I'll be borrowing this.
Wait. Like Laboon is the size of Zunisha. Look how huge Zunisha is. Like what?
Bro, like he could literally just take like the width of his trunk could suck all those ships up.
Here, okay. Here.
But the thing is, like when he swung his trunk, it like darkened the sky. You can see the sky.
Hello? Okay, hold on. My thing cut out. 1 second.
He's frauding because he got exposed.
Yeah, like,
what
I
happened?
think
What happened? I
that,
didn't hear it. What happened?
like,
Did I miss something?
when Jack does impressive stuff, y'all pay it no mind. When stuff happens to Jack, y'all overhype it. Like I don't think that they're doing Jack grimy. I think he's Kaido's right hand man, and everything is okay so far. Like I don't think that nothing too bad happened to him.
I'm trying to find the picture when they're
Not
actually
bad.
like when they're nearing his mouth or whatever, because like
I can see Laboon being the size of Zunisha's front foreleg.
okay, look, hold on. I'm just gonna show you the inside of his stomach. All right? The inside of his stomach was able to comprise like this whole little island area, right?
Jack did not lose 3 times.
I don't think the minx. I don't count it as an L.
Yeah, that's not a loss. And he fought all of them all by himself.
Hold on,
Like,
hold on.
His enforcements was very
Okay,
weak.
so he didn't lost 3, he lost 2.
Well,
No, hold on, look at
well,
that picture. Look at that picture.
The
look
thing
at that.
is, it's hard to say like who else is going up against 3 admirals.
Hey, Brago, look at that picture. It's the inside of Laboon, all right?
Which
That's the
picture?
inside.
I have a comparison of
That's
them
just his
right
stomach.
now.
That's just his stomach, all right? That's not his whole. That's not his whole body.
It's not even close. Like I don't even understand what. Like,
'Cause,
is
like,
there,
okay,
can
look at
someone find a
Ivor's picture,
picture
though.
of the Straw Hat ship next to Laboon?
I can't find one, but there was
Where the hell
a
is it?
pretty big size difference. It was like about.
Jack has lost 2 times. Then yes, he lost against 3 admirals. Yes.
I don't know. Laboon's kind of confusing because this one picture shows like him being humongous, and then the next one shows him being like really puny.
He is puny.
I don't. No,
well,
but,
even,
like,
even the
how can he
situation.
have an island inside of him?
They're saying Jack lost 3 times. He did not lose to the minx.
Yeah, and even the situation that Jack lost, they lied and said he died when he clearly didn't die. So they couldn't even kill him. So it's like
so they
Well,
couldn't.
clearly, like if you in the middle of a fight, if you just like imagine if in like
It's a fight,
MMA
bro.
or something
It's a
like
fight.
that. But imagine in MMA, well, that's like saying okay.
But come on, MMA.
That's
and
like-
with Zunisha, he didn't lose. He just got knocked away.
that it was fair, and Luffy is stronger than Doflamingo. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, so like that doesn't really count because they said he died when he clearly didn't die, and even he was like, "Do it look like I died?" And he was like, And
We already
with
said
the whole
that because he got
Zunisha
away.
thing, with the whole Zunisha thing, that's like in Pokemon if you use
Guys, look at
Whirlwind.
the picture I posted.
Wait,
I posted
alright.
one in the chat. It's
So
a
Nisha-
comparison.
Zunisha knocked Jack and his crew away. It didn't defeat him. That's like when you use Whirlwind in Pokemon in the
Yeah, that's what I need access.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not really winning. That's not a
I
loss.
take a better picture. Or like Gazo or Emger.
Okay, look. What has Jack done that's impressive aside from just be like a cockroach and survive?
So you thinking Jack is just a
All right. What?
We're not answering the question. You
This
know,
is not like.
listen,
This
what-
is not
what
like.
is-
All right. The
So
thing
what has he
with
done
Jack,
that's impressive?
it's
Yeah.
not like it was 3 separate scenarios. He's doing all of this back to back to back to back to back. He's gonna go back on Zoro. He's
No,
gonna
this has been over the course of like a few days though. 'Cause
No,
they've
but
got-
he took no rest. Like Jack is probably at like 80% right now. He's doing everything without taking a break, which is
Okay, but
impressive.
Luffy invaded, freaking Impel down, then went to like Marineford.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh my, we are not.
Really? We're gonna say that? Luffy
Alright, but
Impel
Luffy
down
got-
compared to Jack?
Luffy got a whole bunch of
How many
injections.
L's did Luffy take in Impel down?
Yeah, and Luffy got a whole bunch of
How many
injections
L's has
from,
Jack
from
taken?
Ivan
Like
Chan.
30.
Well, Luffy only took 1 L, like, in Impel Down.
Yeah.
Luffy had a bunch of injections that whole time. Jack
For the
had,
whole time.
But Jack probably has injections too. I bet he's on some
No,
kind of.
Jack-
Oh my
No, Jack's
god.
army is on dope. Like,
Okay, so who else is taking that swing from Zunisha?
Luffy.
yeah, Shanks would have got knocked
You
out.
think Luffy's taking
Oh,
that?
what? No way.
He just used Gum Gum Balloon.
Oh wow. Oh, he's going
trolling.
further then. He's
He's
going
trolling.
further.
No, I'm serious. He could just use Gum Gum Balloon.
Trolling.
Man.
He's going further then.
What are you talking about, man? He survived worse. He
Mac
survived
wants
way
to
worse.
join.
Wait. How the hell is Luffy taking that? I don't know. How
Luffy survived Sengoku's punch or whatever.
But
Yeah,
Jack,
You're
Jack
correct.
survived too. He
Luffy
didn't
was
die.
on land when he did that. He was on land. Like, where is he gonna go other than the ocean? Zunisha slams him away.
Yeah, but he could have grabbed onto the trunk.
He can't do that if he's doing at
Because
500
he's
miles
weak.
per
He
hour.
can't do anything about it.
But the thing is, I think we're underestimating like that swing. It's like
Yeah, you guys did
What do you mean?
you have the link.
Okay, but like an elephant's trunk is not really that strong.
it's not a regular elephant, bro.
But like if he kicked him, that'd be normal. So the
What?
trunk doesn't have any bone in it. Really.
Ah, Cody's trolling.
Oh,
He's
yeah, I think they
trolling.
do actually.
He's trolling.
Oh my god.
He's trolling. He
Hold
said
on,
if it kicked him,
elephant
it'd be
skeleton. I've
it'd
looked this up. All right, we're gonna do some hardcore research here.
be
All right, no, wait. Oh no, they don't have bones in their trunk.
Yo,
And
Hold on.
that trunk is bigger than the Sunny.
Yeah.
What? No, Luffy, the Sunny would have just blasted Zoe with the Gale.
No, but I'm saying the trunk is bigger than the Sunny.
Zoe would have fallen.
What?
And then they could have used Coupe Burst to escape the trunk.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
I can see the
Yeah.
coup de burst out of
wait,
there.
wait. So you're gonna use a coupe de burst? What are we talking about here?
Well, yeah, the trunk was coming at them. They could probably.
Yeah,
not only is Jack-
I can't disagree with that.
I remember seeing King of Lightning's video. He's mentioned that like Jack could have needed coup de burst to get out of there. That's the only option. He's
You're
not as
not- you're not
Okay,
tanking.
Why would he be able to do a cootie burst?
No, remember when the giant Kraken or whatever hit the Thousand Sunny and Robin blocked it with her hands?
You're comparing the Kraken to the Zunisha now.
Yeah, they're the same size.
No man, the Kraken
The
is too
Kraken
small.
is not the same.
This was
size.
under millions of tons of pressure, and Luffy could still beat him.
No man. The
Imagine
Kraken
if Jack
would
was
be,
under 1,000,000 pounds of pressure and still had to fight Zunisha at the same time. All right,
no.
Luffy could have elephant gunned Zunisha.
No way, man. Like
What are
I've
you talking
seen-
about? Of course he could have.
It'll be like a baseball hitting Zunisha. That's basically what it would be.
Okay, what about the Noah? The Noah is about the same size as Zunisha, right?
We don't know that.
It's pretty big.
We don't know even the
It's able to
size
house
of it.
all of Fishman Island, the whole population.
Yeah, that ship is deep underwater, man. We don't know how big it is. Unless it rises up, then I'll
No,
quote
it
you.
was stated to be able to house all of Fishman Island,
Wait, what?
the whole
I was gonna
population.
say,
It was also able
I'll
to
go
house the whole
low-key hitting
population.
on Froob.
I don't know.
So I think, and then Luffy was able to destroy the whole ship in a very small amount of time.
I think what happens is people just got like favorite characters and they have
Okay, so
favorites,
you're saying-
and they want certain characters to be
So
stronger.
what
Are you
asked
saying
Cody
if
was,
the elephant
how
guns
strong is Jack?
downplayed like crazy, but like on
Hold
some
on,
non-biased stuff, Jack is like one of the top 10 characters. That
But like based on what? Just the fact
and
that
then
he
and then if we was to take out like the Yonkos and the Beast people, he's like in the top 5 or something like that, or he's in the top 10.
Well, you can take out the Yonkos. Why?
I agree.
Like,
That's
if we don't,
ridiculous.
like if we don't add the
He can't do
Yonkos, like if we don't add the Yonkos in the, like if we was to take the Yonkos out, he's in like the top 6 strongest
But
characters.
Jack doesn't have anything cool. Like what? Okay, every single
I
character
think
that's
what
strong.
does- just doesn't like the fact
Sounds
that-
like
to
you
do-
just don't like
Hold on,
Jack.
hold on,
You're
hold on,
being
hold on.
biased.
Like what
Okay,
does
okay.
what does cool
Hey,
have
that's
to
like
do with a
Jack
fight?
times. He's not.
Not like your ordinary
Yeah.
villain, where some villains if they get pluses, you like them, but some that
Yeah.
like, they get minuses. But if they survive,
He's
some
only
shit
getting
nobody
minuses
else
though.
can
He hasn't
do.
done anything good.
Yeah, Rocco stream is lit.
Okay, hold on. What has Jack accomplished? Let me put it like.
Well,
that.
he
What
went
has
against
accomplished?
Fujitora, he lost. He went against the Zunisha, he lost. But he's gonna survive it.
Okay, but Luffy
come
survived
back.
3
Come back.
admirals.
Oh, stop that! Stop
What do you
that!
mean? Stop
Well,
that every time. Oh my god! I can't
Alright,
even bring up good examples without stop that.
You said that Jack has no
If
cool
I got
power.
Oda in here and he was like, "Yeah, Jack's pretty weak," Drago would be like, "Stop that, man. He's not true."
I check this out. You said that Jack has no cool powers, right?
Yeah, what does he got?
All right, Jack might not have no cool powers, but because Marco could turn into a phoenix, it's a phoenix. It's so cool. That gives him no advantages. You know what I mean?
Marco's also weak. He doesn't have King Kong gun.
Okay, what is even
You know what I
going
mean? Like-
on at this point?
Okay,
I
what does Jack have that could match King Kong?
Jack just doesn't have a bunch of cheerleaders, like, you know what I mean? Besides his crew.
Oh,
whatever, like
what
the
does
hyper
Jack
power.
have that could match King Kong gun? 180,000.
Look how big
The
Jack is.
power to
Cannon.
fight 3 admirals and survive.
Oh, but how do we know like he even really fought him that on par? Maybe Sengoku just saw him,
What's up?
threw him against the ship, and then they like evaded or whatever.
Wait, is the legend
You take
is
Fujitora, just let this guy with a
wait,
1 million
how does Jack-
and get away.
Wait,
He probably just blasted him away.
When
Probably.
Akainu was already
He was, like,
pissed off
fodder.
at him.
Wait, hold on real quick. Let's ask the legend, Mac.
Yeah.
Do you think Jack?
Do a whole.
I heard some blasphemous things about that. I'm be honest, yes. Blasphemous. Like everybody loses Zunisha with that one shot. Like
No, I think Luffy could survive that. Sure. He just goes boom. You're third.
The whole sky went dark.
What are you talking about?
Bro,
Okay,
he literally crushed everything. He
Luffy,
crushed every
you're
single one of
third.
his ships.
Yeah, but
Luffy,
one
you're
more
third.
is forgetting one
On
thing.
his torso,
We're
you're third
surrounded
on
by
his torso,
ocean
plus
floor.
Haki could block that Zunisha blow.
But you gotta understand that Jack didn't expect that. Like Zunisha's
Yeah.
Well, that means he's got bad observation Haki.
Yeah, exactly. Jack was sleeping on
Oh,
him.
wow.
The logic of saying Jack is a scrub because he lost. You can see that from
Zunisha's
Blackbeard.
huge. Like how he had
Blackbeard
like
took an L
5
to Magellan.
seconds.
Blackbeard took an L to.
Yeah, exactly. You being like
But
a Jack hater.
those are justifiable L's. Jack has one of the most justifiable L's in the whole series.
Yeah.
But after taking like multiple other L's, you know what I mean?
Versus 3 admirals. That's the only other one.
I've seen two
Yeah.
L's. 2 L's.
That's
No,
the
3
only
L's.
other
3
one.
L's.
What was the other L?
He
No,
couldn't.
it's 2 L's.
He couldn't find Rizo or get the or beat the Minx, so he had to use the
He
gas.
destroyed them.
All right, but here's the thing.
Oh,
He didn't find Rizo, and he didn't beat the Minx.
That was a
But he pretty
handicap.
much fought all of them all by himself and
That was
survived
a-
for 5 days. It's like that's
Yeah.
Even though he had the army
not
behind
to
him.
win though. What
Okay,
he did was
wait. I'll
impressive.
give you an example.
The Admiral situation, he didn't win, but that was impressive. With
But Jack had like a bunch of berserkers under him. Like, they were going crazy.
If you can walk away from an admiral, you still get a plus from every pirate in the world, man.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Don't let people get away from them.
He went to fight. He went to Zoro and he fought the country, right?
Queen Admiral Garp,
Yeah.
Navy.
He fought the country, right? And then they were. Luffy said himself, Inarashi is strong.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
said he was strong.
Capone fucking was running away from that nigga.
Yeah, he was running.
I remember that.
Exactly.
Those
Jack
two
fought
strong
both.
guys. Those two strong guys are tag teaming.
All right,
Tag
all right,
team
hold
for
on.
5
I'll give
days.
you-
How
I'll
could
give you a
Jack be
comparison.
That's pretty much that's shitting on
Down
Inarashi.
zone guards. They were considered strong. Luffy fodderized them.
Wait, the zone guards? You compare the zone guards to
Mr. 2 trembled in fear against the zone guards. Like, he couldn't even touch them. Luffy just one-shotted them.
But no, this is post-time skip Luffy we're talking about. We're not talking about pre-time. We're talking post-time skip Luffy saying someone is strong. The last
He
time
said,
someone
he said his crew strong, too. He said his whole crew, he said they were strong.
No, but it's different when he
the
says
Admiral
one
level
person.
now?
It's different when he says
No. He got a point. You can't downplay his points. Like Luffy said, they were strong, and so did Capone, and Capone wasn't even trying to fight him. So
Like when Luffy randomly, when Luffy says his crew is strong,
and Jack fought both of them, and we haven't seen a weak Mink yet. And Jack
But
was
strong
pretty
in
much all of
comparison
them.
to what? Strong in comparison to what? Like an Admiral?
Then, if that wasn't impressive enough, he went to go try to save Doflamingo, and then, it's like Jack is a monster.
when Luffy says his crew is strong, he has a point. When he says random people are strong out of nowhere, it's like just because he's noticing it.
Yeah.
It's not because he's trying to say, okay, my crew's trying to handle themselves.
It could be a physical appearance.
Wait, so, but we don't know what he's comparing, like, you said we don't know what he's comparing the crew to, but we don't know what he's comparing, like,
No, for them it's just random. He just noticed it. Like they're strong. He noticed it.
he just noticed it with Nekomamushi.
No, but he knows his crew. He's been in his crew that long. And he never seen these niggas fight even. He said they're strong. What the? Like, come on, man.
He hasn't seen Nekomamushi fight either.
Yeah, he said they're strong.
He
That's my
didn't
point. That's my
see
point.
Yuba flare fruit at all, and he was like Ancient Frog.
Okay, but like if
he knew.
what was he gonna say? You're mediocre. Like let's just say like
No,
let's
but
just
he
pretend
knows
that-
that-
He can say nothing if he wanted to. He can say
Yeah,
nothing.
say nothing.
He says lots of people are strong though. He like it could have been like freaking Mr. 2 and he would have been like, oh, you're pretty strong. dude.
But all I'm saying, Nakamushi and Inarashi are strong.
They was
Think
on
about
both-
them tag teaming. That's the
I
thing.
think
They
they're
was
strong.
on both
Not
sides
one
of
True though. So,
But the weird
so
thing is, like, I just want to bring this up. Like Nekomamushi and Inuarashi said that they had another power that they could have used, but they said that next time they fight Jack, they'll show him the true power of the Minx.
all
Yeah,
right,
the
and
Trump
Jack
card
has
is
more powers he didn't use too. Like Jack didn't use everything. Jack's been underestimating them the whole time. So it's like he didn't
Why
go.
didn't they?
He didn't
I
go all
almost
out
thought
yet.
that
They're fighting for 5 days, why wouldn't they?
Almost Zunisha though, but they don't have the voice of all things, so they couldn't use her.
And
Momo had to control Zunisha. That was some next level shit. I'm gonna be honest. That was Oda did it perfectly. The way he made Jack lose, but still give him like everybody still thinks of him as strong. I don't know how people can't think of him as strong.
nah, yeah, I think it's just that Jack got hated.
is, in my opinion, stronger than Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's stronger than
I
Doflamingo.
don't know about that. I don't know about that. But
No, Doflamingo's way stronger than Jack.
Jack is stronger than Doflamingo.
Doflamingo would have imprisoned that whole.
But his devil fruit might trump Jack's.
No, like I think I think Jack is stronger than Doflamingo, but I think that Jack is
Let me ask you guys this. Do you think
Jack is slower, Jack is powerful, he has different attributes, but I think overall he's stronger than Doflamingo. I think he's just not the fast, speedy guy like Doflamingo.
No, hold on. All right, let me ask you this. Do you think the Minx or Jack could have broken through Doflamingo's strings?
No.
Okay, then how are you saying Doflamingo's like weaker than Jack?
But then that's like saying Doflamingo's stronger than Fujitora.
Devil fruit, like Jack's devil fruit. But when it comes to terms of skill hockey, Jack might wreck Doflamingo.
Let's say Doflamingo's stronger than Fujitora.
Jack hasn't even shown hockey, so we don't even know if he has it. He obviously doesn't have good observation hockey.
Oh my God, I am done.
Well, you're saying I'm assuming a lot of things here, but you assume he has hockey.
Hockey on Akainu. Akainu said it himself.
Who? Wait, what?
Huh?
What happened?
What you say, Ashura?
Do you remember the War of the Best when Marco and Vista went against Akainu?
Yeah.
They cut him up using hockey.
Yeah, they have hockey.
Yeah, because if you're working for a Yonko, you should have at least hockey under you.
Yeah, even Marines. What is it? Everybody Vice Admiral and Haya has hockey?
Yeah, every Vice Admiral has hockey.
So Jack has hockey.
He's working on
Burgess, wait, hold on. This is the thing. Even Burgess has hockey, and Burgess is trash. But I don't see people going in about Burgess. Like, stop hating on Jack. Like, it's getting old.
Wait, he just got wrecked last chapter.
No. Burgess got wrecked by Sabo. He got swung away. He didn't get wrecked.
Burgess isn't even like a high rank though. He's like literally the bottom. Like in my opinion, he's like the bottom of the crew.
He's first division. What are you talking about? He has not a high rank.
That's because
he's high up.
He's because he's the main like.
I would be honest here. I never really thought of Burgess as one of the strongest.
Yeah, I think Burgess.
No. I know, like he's not the strong, but I'm saying like he has that rank that makes him seem.
I think all the people in
he's like first, or he's like.
Well, the reason why he's first division is probably because he made the first ship and he was the captain. Not in the sense that he was like the leader of the crew, but he commanded the first ship. So he was also the first.
He's a disappointment for the fact that when he was introduced, it was like, what is he doing here? Like, oh snap, first division commander. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, he was weaker than Ace pre-time skip.
Think about it. Why would Oda introduce one of these strongest library pirates like first, like second or first island of the new right?
Yeah. They did number.
But then, okay, with that logic, why would he introduce the strongest character of Kaido's crew?
I don't think
Jack did nothing that makes him weak or nothing like that. Everything that I've seen,
Jack's the strongest.
Everything that I've seen, Jack is like impressive.
I think Jack is like mid-high tier in Kaido's crew.
It's most likely that the other two calamities are stronger than Jack.
It could be.
Well,
definitely.
And then let's not forget that show.
Just because I say Jack is strong, I don't think he's like the strongest at all. Everyone Kaido has. I just said he's strong.
I think he's generally strong, but I don't think he's strong. I don't think he's strong's like a harsh word in One Piece because we've been scaled so far up now. It's like Mr. 2, Mr. 1, they were called strong, and then they were one-shotted like.
Word, come on, they're not this level.
No, what I'm saying is like when we first saw Mr. 1, Mr. 2, they seemed like really, really strong.
At
then we
that
get to
time,
like impel down. Yeah, and then we got to impel down and they got one-shotted. That's how much the Straw Hats grew within like only like 2 arcs, you know what I mean?
What's your point? Jack isn't weak, bro.
So what I'm saying is like
that would differ.
I'm saying like each arc there's such a huge gap, like there's just a huge jump in strength. It's kind of hard to tell because like we don't really know like I don't know, it's kind of confusing because we don't know where Jack really
So what you're trying to say is that right now Jack is strong, but later on he won't be strong.
All I'm saying, he might not even.
Definitely, I agree with that 100%.
No. Wait. That can't happen because if you check it out, like the thing about that is like Luffy beat Crocodile, and Crocodile was still strong when we seen him later and impelled down and at the war.
Compared to the other Marine, but compared to like Luffy, Luffy could have easily beaten Crocodile if he wanted to.
To me, when no, I'm not, because Luffy knows Crocodile weakness already. He knows the water. So that's different. But I mean against other people. Like when Crocodile fought Doflamingo, he wasn't scared of Doflamingo at all. It was like he was floating around using his Logia powers, and he was.
Yeah,
he attacked. Should have one-shotted him.
Crocodile strength, I don't know about. I don't know where that is, honestly.
No, but you get what I'm saying. When he was introduced,
Crocodile strength is bullshit.
He was strong. He wasn't as weak as Mr. Number 2 was.
Doing versus matchups in One Piece is like kind of retarded, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. We just had a conversation about who was bigger, the giant whale or the giant elephant.
We did.
I mean, that said something about this fandom.
The thing is, the only thing impressive about Jack so far is that he can survive. That's all I'm trying to say. The only thing impressive so far is his durability. His attacks are lame. When we saw the outcome of Jack versus the Minx, it was just a few dented up buildings. We saw the outcome of Luffy versus Doflamingo. It was the destruction of an entire kingdom. All right, leveled completely like.
Oh wow.
So you say
Oh my god.
that Luffy destroyed a kingdom. Jack is nothing compared to Luffy.
I'm saying power-wise, like if there was an actual all-out battle between Jack and the Minks.
Yeah, that's what I said. You just
If
proved what I said.
there
You said
should
that
have
the fact that Luffy destroyed a country, the Jack can't beat that.
Apparently not.
So you're looking at the demolition in the area based on strength.
Yeah. That's a fair way to judge it, because even Zoro versus Pika, like Zoro wiped out like half the freaking city, slicing them up.
I don't know if it's fair to compare destructive power to automatically and convert it to strength.
Well, I mean, if Jack has an attack as strong as King Kong gun, or an attack as strong as 180-pound whatever Zoro's new flying cannon move is, he has an attack as strong as that, it should do like the same amount of. Like,
do you think Jack is going to use his
damage.
most powerful attack already?
I mean, if he was fighting for 5 days and then gave up and used gas.
Exactly, for 5 days, he knew it was going to come down to durability. Why would you use your strongest attack?
Yeah, I just noticed right now though. This nigga's been fighting for how many days in a row?
This dude.
The thing is though, it's not like that impressive because the Straw Hats.
Oh my god.
2 years. The Straw Hats fought for 2 years.
What? Okay.
Wait.
You compared attack skip training?
No, some of them fought. Like,
No, it's
Nami was
April
not
Fool's.
fighting.
It's
That
April
is
Fool's.
inaccurate.
It's April Fool's.
Oh, I forgot.
2 years
You got us, Cody.
training
Cody,
against.
You got us.
No, it's.
You got us.
I'm not kidding.
You got
You
us.
can't take fucking serious right now.
I'm not kidding. What do you mean I can't be serious, man? You got the time skip, all right? The time skip, 2 years of.
No, 2 years of
nonstop.
starting character fighting.
What are you talking about, man? The island Luffy was training on. These
No, but you
animals
said
have the
strong.
power to resist.
What you said it implied every member was fighting. And
Oh,
you
okay,
tell
okay, I
me
meant the higher
Chopper and
members,
Nami
like
were
the higher
fighting me
members.
every day
My bad, I
the
forgot
entire
to
time skip. I swear to God.
I forgot to specify, my bad. But the higher members, like the ones who've actually fought against wild animals, like Usopp even had to live on that island that would every few hours would close up, and he had to freaking survive all these crazy plants and stuff. Even Usopp.
Yeah, but nobody cared.
I'll tell you right now, Suru, Fujitora, Sengoku, Nekomamushi, and Arashi is stronger than all that shit.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay, hold on. Let me just put it this way. Let me scale it down for you, all right? Luffy, the animals he fought against, all right? There was, I think, 500 animals on the island Luffy.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm gonna scale it down for you, all right? The smaller animals, like the elephant Luffy first ran into, Gear 2nd had no effect on it, all right? But later on, he ran into more animals that Gear 4th had no effect on, all right? Gear 4th has an effect on Doflamingo. This means that those animals, in terms of durability, were stronger than Doflamingo.
Which is complete bullshit. I just
durability. Zoro,
Well, the
Doflamingo.
thing is, Doflamingo at that point was toppling over, essentially.
Yeah, Doflamingo was like toppling over these monsters. That's what they say. You'll build something more better than Kongon.
Yeah, I don't think I feel
Doflamingo
like
was-
Doflamingo at 100% is tanking King Kong gun.
Wait, hold on. Say it again.
I don't feel like Doflamingo at 100% is taking King Kong gun. It's not.
Yeah, he's probably not. He's probably not.
Well, in that flashback, he was talking about Kong Gun regular, not King Kong Gun.
Right. He's
Yeah,
talking-
I know.
think
That's
he's
what I'm
taking-
saying.
he's
No,
not
the
taking
animals could
King
survive Kongun, whereas Doflamingo got knocked back big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and before you said, what does Jack have that's as strong as a King Kong gun? So at the same time, we see Jack durability. What does Luffy have that's taking somebody out like that? Like, come on, Luffy has nothing like that to take somebody out like that at the same time. So it's like Jack is like, even though Jack didn't accomplish his missions, but what I've seen from him been really impressive. And
Let me ask you this: do you think King Kong gun is equal to or better than Zoe's little elephant?
Probably like probably like equal or a little bit weaker or something like that. Because that elephant was pretty big.
You say they think King Kong gun is weaker than Zunisha's slash?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, easily.
No.
Definitely.
Well, I could probably compare the King Kong gun almost to the.
I think Zunisha can beat Doflamingo.
It would slice his trunk in half, man.
Oh,
what? No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Doflamingo with one finger was able to slice Or Jr.'s leg off, alright? And Or's...
Hey, Gear 4 Luffy broke Doflamingo's strings. There's no way that Zunisha is not
it's turning into circular reasoning.
Okay, can we move on to a topic that doesn't involve Zunisha?
Yo, Buggy's spamming. Talk about the chapter, man. 12 times.
Oh, you gotta read.
The chapter? I thought it was just Jack versus.
Jack got wrecked by Zunisha.
Alright.
Okay, this chapter, what happened in it?
So this is the last time. I'm ending this like.
Robert, you got a lot of viewers.
I'm ended at 8:15, huh? It's at 8:15, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So wait. So about the chapter. Predictions for next chapter.
I hope we're still not on fucking Zoe.
Well, I want Jack to come back. I hope Jack comes back next chapter or the chapter after to play Zoro. Yeah, let him come back.
We got that nice Green Bull spoiler. We got that nice Green Bull spoiler.
Green Bull next chapter, you guys think?
I think are we getting like Kaido mostly like in the beginning or something?
I was thinking we go to Cake Island.
Because in the bottom of this chapter,
Hold on, we already got the spoiler for
the first couple chapters of this, the first couple of pages, I mean, is gonna be basically just like Luffy getting his food or whatever and leaving the island, and then like probably it's gonna be like Wanda or Carrot's gonna be like, yeah, I want to come too, and then she's like, all right.
Yeah, so Carrot.
The cover page said it.
No, but basically it's just gonna be them splitting up everything. That's gonna be the first couple pages, and then the rest is just gonna be their trip to Whole Cake Island.
Yeah, I think it'll cut to Sanji real quick at like the end at least.
Yeah, that too. One of those two.
We should see some hype shit though.
I'm thinking while they're on the ship going towards it, it'll like zoom into Whole Cake Island. Like while they're on the ship to Whole Cake Island, I think it'll like kind of do like a zoom in thing. And like the very last page, we'll see Big Mom just appear, sort of like how Kaido appeared on that last page, where it was really epic and stuff. And we'll see like Sanji just like kneeling before Big Mom or whatever, something cool like that.
I think that's gonna happen, but I think that's gonna happen not next chapter, but the chapter after that, because after the chapter after next chapter, there's gonna be a break. So
No, I think it would be a good reason because Oda's already built up the hype. Like if he keeps the hype train rolling, and like right before the break ends.
Yeah.
And we'll like explode with hype next chapter.
What do you guys think? At the end. What could be the most epic thing to happen next chapter?
A continuation from this chapter, basically saying what happened between the kid and the kid pirates and Basil.
That's the most hype.
Yeah, I think
Big Mom reveal will be the most hype, or Sanji's dad.
How about some Shanks stuff? No.
I don't think it's
Shanks.
That would be amazing, like anything with Shanks, but no, it's not gonna happen.
If you see Shanks like sailing the Zoe, that wouldn't be hype.
We probably won't see him now.
Yeah, Shanks doesn't want to really like see Luffy at all. He said until the very end.
So he's a great pirate. Luffy isn't a great pirate.
I mean, he's gonna be in this arc.
He said towards the end. He said he wants to wait until the promise is fulfilled.
Oh, he said when Luffy's a great pirate.
I have a question.
He said he has a great crew.
Do you think Luffy's a great pirate?
He said when Luffy has a great crew that can.
Yeah, it's a great pirate and a great crew, and that's the other.
What'd you say?
I think he's a great crew, but he's not a great pirate.
He's not a great pirate.
Wait, no, I think it's the other way around. Luffy is a great pirate, but his crew is.
What? Luffy has a great crew.
Awesome.
The captain and stuff like the captain does shit where he endangers his crew. How can that be a good captain?
I hate when you guys like go on these weird ass arguments. Like we're arguing on whether or not Luffy's a great pirate.
He's the main character.
I don't think his crew is great in the way.
Do you guys not realize this is a shonen? Like literally, Luffy's stronger than mostly everyone who's not like a Yonko or an Admiral. Right?
He's already a great pirate, I think.
He is a great pirate.
He's already a legend, honestly.
Okay, wait, hold on, Mac. What were you gonna ask?
Like next chapter, is it the arc officially starting, or is it like gonna be like like Dress was a post Dressrosa and post the post chapter?
I think. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he said the arc was supposed to start last chapter, so.
Yeah, I think you're gonna wrap up Zoe. I don't know who stays to protect Zoe, but it's like. I don't know.
Oh my god, it's a saga, not an arc.
Okay, my official prediction. First off, we got Jack's funeral, and then we're gonna have. I'm just playing. We're gonna have Luffy, I think, leaving like on the ship. The first three pages, we're gonna have Luffy like setting up to leave. Then I think we might cut over back to like maybe, or no, I think we might start off maybe with Kaido and the whole scandal with Apoo, and then we might cut back to Luffy again, and then them leaving like the port or whatever. And then maybe like the last few pages we'll be zooming into Whole Cake Island. Then we'll have like Sanji, sort of like the Kaido scene where we had like the three kneeling before Kaido, sort of like terrified. I think we'll have like Sanji like kneeling before Big Mom and like maybe like handcuffs. I don't know, something cool like that.
I'm thinking maybe three chapters max.
But the new arc already started.
So I guess we gotta at least get a glimpse of the other Yonko. I think we gotta see Shanks soon.
Well, yeah, because the Yonko War has already begun, so I think he'll start showing.
If we see Shanks, it's probably on a cover page though.
No, I'm talking about in the chat. I want to see him in the chat.
Nah, it could be on a cover page. I don't think Oda's gonna show up.
Page, no.
What if we got a zoom, like a close in of Kaido and Big Mom next chapter? That'd be cool.
What if we got like a thing with each of the 4 Yonko next chapter?
I was just thinking that, and they're all saying, "Let's prepare for war."
Yeah, like it's like it goes in between each one. It's like, okay, time to get ready.
How do you guys think Shanks is gonna come into this whole thing?
Shanks probably just gonna have some really stupid reasons.
Kaido will steal Shanks' booze and.
I was just thinking of like something that'd be crazy hype. Like if we see Mihawk, right, and then Mihawk is like, "I think it's time, Captain," and then we see Shanks.
What?
I've heard that theory, and I do kind of like it.
Mihawk can be under Shanks because I remember when Mihawk ran into Luffy at the war, like Mihawk knows how much Shanks cares about Luffy, and I remember.
Didn't Mihawk say like the Shanks is no longer like a reputable opponent or whatever?
I mean, of course he said that, but it's like, come on.
But I think it's trolling when
he's gonna be like, yeah, I said some stuff about your arm and how you're worthless and all that, but I want to join your crew now.
You don't think Zoro would say that about Luffy?
No, but it was something that Mihawk said when Mihawk was like, "Alright, Shanks, I'm sorry, but I can't
They've known each other for like years.
Against Luffy right now. Like I gotta, if Luffy's either he's gonna live or he's gonna die, but I'm not gonna hold back." And
like Mihawk straight up like spat on freaking Shanks' like what do you call it, proposal or whatever, or the whole fighting thing. He was like, you're missing an arm.
Okay, I think so you
think Mihawk is automatically stronger than Shanks then?
No. Like you know that thing that happened. I think that Shanks, because like I felt like he wasn't a Yonko at first. Like he turned into a Yonko after he said Luffy. And so when they had their daily dues, Shanks was still strong without the new powers he got. But I think when they had his daily dues, that's before Shanks had the OD hockey that he was on Whitebeard's ship with. And like over time, he became way stronger than Mihawk. So Mihawk just doesn't want to lose to Shanks for one arm
I disagree with you when you said that he becomes a Yonko after saving Luffy. It's been 22 years after Roger died. He could have been Yonko in between those.
No, I know, but when Rockstar was on Shanks's when Rockstar was on Whitebeard's ship, he was like, since when did this Shanks become? No, Rockstar was like, this isn't any pirate we're talking about. This is right here Shanks. He was like, since when did that brat become so important? Like,
we all just look at it from Whitebeard for a minute. Whitebeard's like 70. I'm gonna point it out. Whitebeard's like 70.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know anybody. He would call Kaido
like an old man being like, think, when do people use these talk through these electronic devices instead of talking face to face?
If Shanks would have had been a Yonko, I don't think Whitebeard was disrespecting him a lot. Like if Shanks was like, remember he was like, I'm 100 years. Whitebeard was like, Whitebeard was 100 years too late to instruct me. Like if Shanks was the new Yonko, he wasn't really respecting what Shanks had to say like that.
But even if Shanks is a Yonko, he's still super like a lot younger than Whitebeard. So
yeah, Whitebeard is like bitch.
Yeah, he's still a kid.
No, yeah, but captain to the death. When you wouldn't disrespect
another. You wouldn't disrespect another Yonko like that though.
No, but Whitebeard's an OG.
Whitebeard doesn't too. Can we all put author in the fact that in Whitebeard's eyes, Ace is like the brat from Roger's ship that he just didn't kill just to be nice.
Man was rivaling his captain.
Brago, I got a picture for you. Look at that picture. I want you to tell me why could the Straw Hats at the beginning of the series survive these guys who were bigger than Zoro?
Oh my god!
And then when
the Straw Hats could survive those things that were bigger than Zoro, but Jack, who's in the New World, can't even survive a simple.
That was just plot purposes. Come on.
I'm gonna post this link, guys.
Oh, now you gotta
Isn't that filler? I could swear that thing's filler.
Happy April Fool's.
No, it was real. I'm giving you guys so much evidence here, man. I don't know why you're knocking it.
Do we think Bobbin is stronger than Jack?
Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Bobbin, no.
I think he could be.
Yeah, Bobbin's a savage. He's a savage. He's a savage. I'm not too sure though.
I think Bobbin is a
Bobbin would one-shot Jack. He would
he's
a savage. How do you even say that? He would rip off Zoe's trunk and then whack Jack right back into the
sea. Man. He was ignoring Big Mom. I'm scared of Big Mom.
Nah, I think Bobbin is crazy. And I don't know how strong Tamago is, but I feel like he would be Sanji's matchup.
I think Monster Gun Vito could probably beat him.
I always thought of Tamago as a leader.
Monster Gun Vito?
Jack,
you think Kai...
Troll way too hard, man.
You think Capone's right hand or whatever is stronger than... Who?
Jack.
Okay.
What?
He just gotta get the shot. He just gotta get it with a lot of hockey and concentrate it. Shoot Jack in the head, and then boom, Jack's dead.
Oh yeah,
Shoot Jack in the head. You think a bullet is taking out Jack?
A very strong hockey-coated bullet.
Even a hockey bullet.
All
right, how is that taking out Jack if the Minks didn't take him out, if the Admirals didn't take him out?
Because the Minks don't have.
And if Zunisha didn't take him out.
Do you think the backup to Capone is taking out Jack?
This is a joke, right?
If he's got a lot of hockey, he's got to get a lot of hockey in that bullet.
Oh yeah, like at the War of the Best, like even though Mihawk wasn't interested in fighting Shanks at all, he still took a shot at Whitebeard. He was like, I want to test the difference.
And Jozu threw that away.
So. No, yeah, I know, but it's like Shanks, like I feel like he knows that Shanks is at that other level, and even though since Whitebeard was a Yonko too, that was his chance to try to see like what's up with him and Shanks since they haven't fought in such a long time. But he didn't even.
I mean, the fact that Mihawk intercepted strength against Whitebeard, that just indicates that I think Mihawk is searching for battles as far as test of his strength. I feel like that's the reason why he trained Zoro. So that Zoro
he could fight Shanks. So it's like I don't know, like if my friend was a Yonko, even if my friend had one arm and my friend is strong, and I needed a challenge, I would fight him.
Whitebeard was known as the strongest man in the world, right? So that's why he was testing the strength between him and everybody else, because he's his top.
Yeah, he wants to see the difference. So there's a difference there between Whitebeard and Mihawk.
Okay, because like
Well, no, you also need to consider.
I thought he was just trying to test the strength of
Yeah, Jozu blocked it, but you think Whitebeard could have blocked that?
Yeah. I think he could have used Devil Fruit to block it.
Not even Devil Fruit. I don't think like.
Well, no, he could redirect. It's just a shockwave. He could easily redirect it with an earthquake.
I don't think he would have to do.
That wasn't Mihawk's strongest attack either.
I mean, it wasn't, but I don't think Whitebeard would have had to do that.
That was like a simple slash. Like that was just like a one slash from Mihawk.
We've seen what Squardo did.
That's true.
But I think Whitebeard, that was more like a surprise attack. I think too.
Yeah. Whitebeard should have dodged that. Marco's like, what the fuck? You think he dodged that shit?
Yeah.
Like it could have been that he wanted to test this. He wanted to test against Whitebeard because he's the world's strongest man. But I thought he just wanted to test the strength of a Yonko.
Then why would he?
Let's answer questions real quick, and I gotta end this. Kaido's the strongest creature alive. I think he's this era's Whitebeard. I don't know.
Yeah,
I agree.
No,
because that's the thing. We didn't see that title from him until after Whitebeard died. It could have been that Whitebeard was the strongest man and he was always the strongest creature, or it could have been that not that Whitebeard.
Yeah, no, but creature means non-human. So
yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. That they could have both had. That they could have both had both titles at the same time, like strongest man, strongest creature.
They call it because they already called Kaido a non-human, so it just means that he's the strongest non-human.
No, but in some cases,
No, what kind of title is that? Like, that means nothing.
No, yeah, in some cases, though, a human could be considered a creature too, though, because at the same time, we've only seen that.
Says, the dictionary definition of creature. The dictionary definition of creature is non-human.
We're not Japanese.
Right. So
yeah, the Japanese. I don't know the Japanese version.
It's a big title by Oda, because it's just like, okay, he's the strongest creature.
It's a big title, but.
And that was after Whitebeard. That was after Whitebeard died. They gave him that title. He could have had it already, though.
Whitebeard wasn't just the strongest man. He was called the strongest pirate alive by Sengoku.
Yeah, that's right.
King of the Seas.
Yeah, no. When Sengoku was talking to Kong after Marineford, Sengoku said, out of all the pirates in the New World, Whitebeard was the strongest of them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Whitebeard is like, one of those. He was on another level. Like he was the only.
Yeah, so I think Kaido. I don't know if he's the strongest Yonko. I don't
think Kaido is as strong as Prime Whitebeard. I don't think so.
I think it correlates to his all we've been seeing is durability features.
I think Kaido because like, there's already signs
that say Kaido's the strongest Yonko. I don't.
Okay.
It's like
Kaido has eating smile. Do you guys think that Kaido is eating smile? Because he has a smile, or he has a gifter tattoo, which means he's eating smile. Right?
I think it could be like
there's no way he's eating smile and he's Yonko.
Because Law already said, Law said that he was getting a lot of power.
What if smile is what sustains him? Like
those devil fruits though are very weak from what we've seen though, and then some of them they only let you turn just like your hand.
No, but what if he's eating like a lot of them because he needs a constant supply? What if it's
that's the thing. You're only allowed one devil fruit though. You can't eat besides.
Yeah, but it's an artificial devil fruit. We don't know how it affects your body. It doesn't have a devil inside of it.
I doubt it.
Law said that he was getting a lot of power via smile. So I think power he's getting might be recent.
No, I think they're talking about crew wise, and look how weak his crew was. He needs it. Like look how weak Jack's subordinates was. So I think he needs those smiles to give it out. It's like Jack is definitely not weak, but it's like Jack's subordinates need all the smiles they can get or whatever like that. It's like if Jack
is eating smile, like.
Nah, Jack has a real devil fruit. Even
what I'm trying to get
even
at is
Nekomamushi was like, your fruit is a rare delicacy. So why would he have a better fruit than Kaido? It makes no sense. Kaido has this crazy. He probably has a crazy red devil fruit. Since Jack has one.
Well, because what I'm trying to get at here is Law said that Kaido is getting a lot of power in the New World via Smile.
No, yeah, but
right
like crew-wise, though, they
right
call him
after
100 Beast Kaido, while he has over 500 Devil Fruit users. It's his crew they mean, not Kaido himself.
No, hold on. That's not what I'm trying to say. Hold on.
I thought it was Kaido's crew that had 500 zones.
They say 100 Beast Kaido. I don't know.
Hold on.
He could have.
Let me finish it. Hold on. So Kaido. Okay, so Law said Kaido is getting Smile, however he is. But like he also said that like it has. He said we don't know the weakness of it yet. And when we saw the sad that makes the Smile in the tanks, it was radioactive and like poisonous. So like, what if? So I think that the whole Doflamingo thing. I think Doflamingo is trying to like poison Kaido. And if Kaido, and there's clear signs that Kaido has probably eaten at least one Smile because he has a gifter tattoo that matches the gifters who ate, the Smile. And his horns cover any sort of black horns he could have. So it's pretty likely that he has at least eaten one Smile, and that could weaken him in the long run.
Yeah, but that could be them just imitating their captain. You got the Whitebeards who
No, they didn't draw that on. That was caused by eating Smile. They said that was an effect of eating Smile.
Yeah.
When you eat Smile, you grow tattoos and horns. Kaido already has white horns that are probably biological, but he also has the gifter tattoo, meaning he has most likely like 90% eaten Smile.
No. But the thing about that whole thing is that that's like Kaido's crew, and that's something that he uses to symbolize the crew or whatever like that. So that's him having it. Like everybody else just has it to show that they're down with Kaido. I don't think
but they don't draw it on. It's an after effect. It's like when you forget,
no, it's not an after effect. That's the thing. It was never said that it was after effect. You can't just go around assuming it's
no, that wasn't. It's an after effect. They said that the guys with like the black horns have eaten like the Smile.
Yeah.
It's an after effect. It's
it's a trait of like the people that
it's a trait of Smile eaters.
No, yeah, but Kaido.
They could be like actual horns.
If Kaido helped make the fruit or whatever the case was, it could be that
Kaido didn't help me make the fruit. It was only Caesar and Doflamingo.
But his tattoo isn't the same as the Smile ones, though.
Yeah, it is. It's like each one is different. We saw like different forms of it.
Well, that's the thing. He's a creature though, so that could just be part of the creature that he is that he has horns or something like that. I don't think he's.
Well, I don't know, but it was also the tattoos. The tattoos are on only one arm, and he had it on one arm as well. Like it was sort of.
Yeah, Kaido has either eaten 100 Smile or he's an OP mythical zone.
Yeah, I think he's.
I think he's both. I think he's both right now. I think originally, he was originally a mythical zone. I think when he was fighting like Whitebeard and stuff back then, I think he was originally because Smile wasn't around back then. Smile was like sort of relatively new, so I think he was a mythical zone back then. That's where he sort of got his power from. Because they never really talked about Kaido that much in the past, but now they're starting to talk about him a lot. So I think now that the Smile business is running with Doflamingo, I think he's getting a lot of power via Smile. That's why he's got the gifter tattoos. And I think that's how he's reaching this level of immortality. That's why when he jumped down to like commit suicide or whatever, I think he was just testing out this new power because it seemed relatively new. Like if he's been doing this forever, where he's just constantly been dropping down, he wouldn't have acted like when he fell down. He was like, "So I don't really die." He was like sort of like surprised a little bit. He's like, "It seems I don't die." So it seemed like this power is new. It wasn't something he was born with. Otherwise, he wouldn't be bothering testing.
That's definitely not true because the thing where they talk about how he just can't die, like that whole introduction where he's been captured like 1,000 times and they just couldn't kill him.
But that's not the same as falling from Sky Island. They were just talking about like throwing a sword at him. Like even Luffy could buff.
Yeah, I know, but that whole entire speech was talking about through all of his pirate years, nobody could kill him.
No, but what I'm saying, I think originally he did have a lot of power where he could survive all that stuff. But I think now he has even more power, and that's why he was testing it out on an even more dangerous like level of.
I think that's a stretch, but.
Yeah, well, because it seemed new. Because when he fell down, he was like, "Oh, so I really don't die, huh?" Like,
I don't know. That's.
And Smile is new, like.
All right. So yeah, that's.
Oh, but the thing about that though is that every Smile fruit we've seen has been pretty pathetic though. Like Momo's fruit is pathetic. The Gifters fruit.
Well, I think Momo's fruit doesn't know how to use it.
Well, look at the. All right, you see the type of dragon that he is. Look how weak that is. Like, imagine if dragon was to transform.
Can I say something before we stop the stream? Because I actually want to talk about this. People say that Shanks is as strong as Yonko, because he stopped Akainu's attack. But I mean, come on, like, is there really any Yonko that's not stopping that attack?
It's because Shanks is not like the other Yonko. Like, even the world government and Sengoku respects him. That's why they let them go with the bodies and they didn't attack him. Because they know he's not like the other Yonkos. They're like the fuck up shit.
No, the world government has stated that if they can't beat two Yonkos. So when they had Whitebeard and then Shanks come, they had to end it, or else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think
it wasn't like only Shanks came and they were like, oh, we gotta give it up, guys. Like if
people use that as like an excuse, or not an excuse, but like a thing to say that Shanks is stronger than Kaido. Like, you really think that if Kaido walked up to Marineford, he couldn't block that Magma Fist into Kobe? Like, no, there's no way. Kaido's definitely blocking that.
Yeah.
Are you talking about his strength or his character?
Wait, what?
What?
Because you talked about his character first, but then you went on his strength.
Wait, what?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, because you said that because
I think it's one of those things where Akira just said something and it doesn't make any sense.
No, because he said that it was about Shanks came in there and he stopped the war, but then you said something else. You said Shanks.
I'm just talking about purely strength.
What else would he be talking about?
Because I thought maybe because I was talking more
I know
about
what he's
his
talking
character.
about. Yeah.
Because if it was his character, I can agree that, but the strength thing, well, that's another thing.
What?
I know what he's talking about.
The
But
reason why I don't have Kaido's as strong as like Yonko is because after Kaido's defeated, what's next? Like is he as strong as his guy then the second strongest goes into the position or like?
well, the thing is like even when Luffy beats Kaido,
Well,
Kaido, I don't.
Shanks supposedly chased Kaido off before Marineford.
I mean, we don't know if they fought or whatever. Like.
Well, no, it stated that they met, and then we saw Shanks show up, and Kaido didn't. So it's assumed that something happened. Shanks either scared him off, Shanks either beat him.
Yeah, but like we could just say that Shanks gave him the poneglyph. I mean, like that's
you think
like.
he scared him off, Cody?
I don't know, bro.
It's 100% Kaido's not scared. He's gonna get scared off.
Kaido does not seem like the type to leave, like just because Kaido's even said like the strongest survive. The strongest get what they want.
Yeah, so
rulers of the
whatever
earth.
Shanks
So if
did
he backed
was-
off, that means that he was weakening.
Oh, okay.
Unless Shanks used like that Roger thing where he like summons a storm, because we know Roger summoned the storm to wipe out Shiki. So maybe he used like a storm
Plus,
attack.
we don't know if Kaido was just alone or if he had his whole crew or whatever, you know.
I think more than likely he was alone.
Yeah, like Shanks is.
He was going to kill Whitebeard, not to take on the government or anything.
Right.
No, but Kaido or Whitebeard has a whole fleet behind him. I imagine Kaido would bring something.
So they're busy trying to say they, and you know Whitebeard.
Okay, but you're saying that Kaido could.
Like,
but we know that
they. I'll take care of him.
You know that Kaido does crazy shit just to show, like, just to like test his strength.
He's kind of like Jack in that respect. You know, he's just not very smart.
Here we go. Here we go with the Jack hate again.
Cockroach.
No, can we? I think maybe we just try to end this dream on something that isn't hating on one of the strongest characters in all of One Piece.
All right, I think let's see. Jack, he has a good hairstyle.
Okay, good. Something not negative.
Wow.
He said he's got a good hairstyle.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that that compliment for Jack. But yeah, that's it. But I want to thank you guys for coming in as usual. I appreciate it. I don't know when I'm streaming again. I don't want to plan it and then I never show up. You know what I'm saying? But,
All right, Brago. One last question before we end the stream. Who do you think will SWAT? Who do you think will SWAT Jack next chapter?
You're true.
Okay, I'm going to put out my theory. Roger going to come back next week and kill Luffy and take his place as main character.
Who's gonna one shot Jack next chapter?
Well, Roger gonna come back and kill everybody in the One Piece universe.
Thank you so much.
And take Luffy's place as the main character.
I don't know when I'm streaming, but I'll let you guys know.
Oh, thanks.
Sure.
Oh, Usef is being really harsh in here.
Just hurry up and stop this.